It's not.
You will never find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy. We must be cautious.
Hey guys, looks like your free ride's over, huh? Have fun living on the streets.
Okay, cool. Good chatting, you guys.
All right, yay.
Nice.
We are back with the second edition of the weekly Rogues Gallery, now on Wednesdays. So, in case you didn't notice, we're both on Wednesdays and Fridays now. Friday is now rebranded. The weekend Rogues Gallery show's going along just same as always, but trying a new thing out and seeing if we can get a little more time throughout the week to kind of talk about everything that happens, maybe have some more awesome guests like we have this evening and go from there. But I'm your host, Iron Oxide. Welcome to the channel. If you haven't already, please like, subscribe, and all that shit. Anyway, we are joined with not one, but two special guests. First off, Isaac556x45. How do you say that properly?
556 by 45, the famous caliber NATO round for the AR.
I am not surprised that's what it's in reference to at all. Just
Sounds
by
like
looking
Patriot
at you,
League speak.
Yeah, no, it's a common thing, but it's something I stuck with. Gives me a little flashback of the old Xbox gamer tag days. So kind of
right on
conjunction
right
of
on.
that. But thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here and talk.
Absolutely,
about
man. I've been wanting to get you on for a while. Oh yeah, we're gonna have fun tonight. This is just perfect topic of the week. Moving into Wednesday, and we're also last minute special guest Toasty. What is going on?
Hi guys, thanks for inviting me. I was actually really bored, and when you were like, "Oh, you could come on," I was like, "Cool, okay, let me just put a sweater over my moo."
Awesome.
I have that exact same problem.
Yeah.
My moo is underneath
you-
my t-shirt.
I never take
That's
mine off.
weird.
But we'll go around the horn real quick and say hi to everybody, see how everybody's doing. Selena is on the phone, so moving on to Strider.
Yep, good to be here.
Talking to the chat.
So what we had a hard time getting a hold of you today. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. My Twitter account is locked, and I have no idea why. It just says we detected some suspicious activity on your account, and the tag is below if y'all want to like yell at Elon to fix it. And said you need to for your own safety change your password or something like that. Like okay, so I click on the link it sends me,
One of those.
and it takes it to a generic like appeal your locked account thing. So I sent it in as a reminder. I have not broken TOS. I have not participated in any suspicious activity. And I've done nothing of the sort. Please reinstate my account, or at least send me the link to change my password, because clearly there's some kind of feedback loop going on where nothing's connecting. So that was on Tuesday.
Now, the $1 million question, man. You did make sure that was an actual Twitter link before you clicked on it, right?
No, it was in the app. It was I clicked on on
Okay,
Twitter
cool.
itself. So everything was happening in app. I'm not that stupid.
Okay,
Thank-
just
thank
making
you.
sure. Well, you're a nice guy, so I'm just kind of worried about you with some things like that.
Oh yeah.
Like,
yeah.
what do you mean? She
I
just-
think when we call out to Elon, when we do our signal, can someone Photoshop Strider's face, but in like the Phantom Zone prison from like Superman 2?
That would be cool.
That scene looks really creepy. I love that scene. Forgive me.
Hell yeah.
Forgive me.
Like get him
And
out.
yeah, he's already now. All I got to do is screen cap that later tonight after the show, and I'm good to go. I'll get that.
There you go.
I'll have that out in 5 minutes, man.
For Weekend Rogue Gallery, put my face on top of Zod in Man of Steel. I will find him.
I don't get it. So many of our friends here, you guys lose your Twitter accounts I still have the same one.
I still have the same one.
Yeah.
Not me.
Well,
I've had
I
it
know, not you,
Yeah,
not
you're
Strider.
always
Bad.
fucking transies every fucking time.
Bro, you have so much smoke with the Troons. More than anyone I've ever met.
They are troublemakers. That's
They're
for sure.
jealous. That's what it is.
Oh, yeah.
I tell them the truth and they don't like it. So, oh well.
That literally happened. Yeah. That was sad.
Oh man. So Theo, how's your week going, man?
Dude, I'm so happy to be here. I'm so ready for this topic tonight. I'm psyched, bro.
Yeah.
As
We
always,
were
I
talking
have
a little
no
bit about
idea.
it on Emerald's show, like backstage after the show. So I know I'm interested to hear your thoughts. See, I think we need you play devil's advocate for Melanie Mack, so why not Harry as well? I'm looking forward to
Oh,
it.
bro. Are you really?
Drunken? What's up?
Good evening, and hello to the chat, and hello to everyone out there. Let's get going. This is going to be, I think, one that's going to be a little out of control, because I think a lot of people have an opinion on this one, especially with who the topic is around.
See, I do, and I think you guys might be a little bit surprised about my opinion too, and but at the same time, I find it glorious, just glorious. And that part, the fact that it's happening, no problem, but we'll get into it when we get into
I mean, you guys have to fill
You know
me
what I
in
mean?
because I
Hobo,
you know,
did you see
Well, we're
Hobo's
gonna fill you
comment?
in. We will fill you
Well, at
in.
least we know Harry is not gay. So far.
Supposedly.
Oh,
Supposedly.
dude.
right. Vaughn Coleman, what's going on, man?
I doing well. Doing well. I closed out. I'm closing out my Indiegogo finally. That's the leftover, and I sent it off to be printed. So hopefully, no problems. That's been my life.
Nice.
And now I'm like ready to relax now. So
For what, like 3 months until
like
you start 3?
months. Well, I mean, well, I don't know about that, but in theory, I'm ready to relax.
You're not gonna be relaxing. You're
No,
actually
that-
a good
that's pretty
comic
cool. You
creator.
got,
You'll be
like-
you'll be nervous as hell. Because that's what good comic creators do. They're worried
Yeah.
about their product.
I'm worried about getting
This
it
is-
out there. Yeah.
This is probably going to be one of the quickest turnaround because I still feel like I just got Phenomenova.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that I'm going to have the second one in just, like a few weeks, actually. Like
Yeah.
when's fulfillment start? Within 2-3 weeks?
If things go according to plan. Because I sent it off. Basically, they're gonna let me know, hey, is the files look good, blah blah blah, and if there's any issues, then we correct them. I'll get proofs, and if that's good, they send it to the printer. It'll take like a week or two. So should be within a month. My hope is maybe less.
That's amazing, dude. Good job. Really
Thank
looking
you.
forward to that.
Yeah. Last chance, guys. Indiegogo, the leftover platform that I'm not using the next time because holy God.
Out of all of them, what do you think you're gonna? If you had to just stick with one, which one would you stick with? Kickstarter?
Because I love Fun My Comic as Luke's the homie, but if I had to stick with one, especially the growth I just had on Kickstarter, I think I'd have to go with Kickstarter if I had to stick with just one.
And I can't talk because I haven't created anything, but just as a paying customer and the interface and user experience that way, I would say Kickstarter. I had a few like transactional problems with Fund My Comic, like had to keep refreshing. It was a little weird, but I mean it worked out. And then the only problem was I forgot that I had ordered from a Fund My Comic. Then I ordering again from Kickstarter.
Yeah, I noticed. I was like, thanks for backing again.
Twice. I don't get a big head. I did the same thing with Phil Diaz.
I'm not
now the difference is I remembered I bought yours. I just literally couldn't find it. And I couldn't find my order receipt from My Comic. It took
Did
forever.
you try? You could have just asked me, yo, did I buy your book?
Well, you were busy. I didn't know. Plus, I didn't want to sound like an idiot. So now with Phil's book with Psychos, I straight did not remember. I was drunk when I bought it the first time, and I did not remember at all.
I've done that.
So it's like I saw the announcement, like he was getting close to the end. I'm like, oh shit, I better buy this. So I bought it, and then it was after this whole debacle with yours. I'm like, okay, I think I remember something, and sure enough. But our producer is here. Arza, what is going on, man?
Yo, I got
master of Discord.
I worked until 4, so I took a nap and then I overslept.
No worries. Good.
Life
having
of a
you on the
Discord
show
mod.
finally.
Exactly. Yeah, the Discord's up. It's still working just fine. We've got a little bit of activity. People sharing some of their places to go. Vaughn Coleman shared his book in the wrong channel, but it's okay.
We'll get all that stuff figured out eventually. All right, we'll say hi to the chat real quick, and then we'll jump right into the topic of tonight: Sexpest Harry Session. And the accusation.
I'm totally blind. I'm excited. This is the kind of topic you should go in with a little research.
Right.
First guy exposed is great. Good Lord.
The young man who enjoys such profound tweets is constantly referring to former President Donald Trump, convicted rapist.
Literally legally not true, and like completely liable for what was it? Liable for libel? No, for slander.
Slander,
right?
Slander, yeah.
Those who scream the loudest always have the most to hide.
They always do.
Oh, yeah.
I always say, whenever you encounter a male feminist, just give it 6 months, and the inner creep will come out.
Yes.
I think because there's no such thing as a real male feminist. It's always just an act that they put on. Yeah. So the ones that go to the trouble to put on that act have the darkest, creepiest shit. That they're the ones that are up to the most no good in theory.
Well, no,
I'm gonna go up to your girl and be like, I'm here as a shoulder to cry on if he ever messes up.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like, here's the thing.
Unlike me.
Here's the thing. I too
I'm different from all the other guys.
I too was delighted when I first heard that Henry Sissa was being Me Too'd. And
that's who's getting Me Too'd?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I want
the line in your face is glorious.
No, dude. Well, here's the thing. So let me tell you about it. Because,
I'm sorry.
Because here's the thing. I was psyched about it until I started reading about what he did. And I'm gonna be honest, I have definitely done that. So I didn't know that. Is that against the rules now? You're not allowed to. Men exaggerate the resume. You exaggerate the resume. That's what you do. And he's just like, oh, sweetheart, I care about you for your personality and more than just your body. Now show me your butt. That's
Hey, counterpoint.
That's game. That's
You've
just
never
game.
pretended to care about women before.
That is
No,
true.
I think Theo definitely has. Theo's gotten his heart
That's a good
broken. That's
point.
how he ended up being a cynic. You don't start like Theo.
That's a good point.
Thank
Theo definitely
you,
was a simp
Vaughn.
once. He was definitely a
Thank
simp
you.
once.
All right, let's see what we got in the chat. First in, Lawrence Knight. What's going on, man? Then we got Jason Clinton. How's it going, buddy? Battsauce is in the chat, but at home taking care of the baby. So beep beep Battsauce. How's it going, man? Let's see. Hyperbolic Ninja. What is up? We got Diana. Hello. Good evening. We got one of yours, Toasty. Jay Viper.
Hi,
What's going on?
Jay.
Ahoy or oh hey or however you say that. Let's see. We got another one of yours, Rio. What's
Hi,
going
Rio.
on? Fragment Sage. What I think I said that right.
You did not. It's firmament.
Okay. Thank you. That's why I have you here. But what's going on, Sage? Holy crap, it's Hamelot checking out. He's here to sip for Theo.
Hey, he's sipping for Theo.
What's up, Ken?
Hey, Camelot,
Love
thanks
you.
for being here.
Thanks for being here.
We got Calbera. What's going on? Dom H. What is up, dude? And Master Hobo. Greetings from the homeless shelter. I got to get used to you guys doing a Wednesday show stream. It feels so strange. It does to me too.
It does.
So
It
I'm
does.
not used to being able to do this and then have to get up, go to bed and get up for work in the morning. It's usually my day off, so it's going to take an adjustment. We got Slay every game. What is going on? And I think that's about it. Just going to do a quick scroll through, make sure we didn't miss anybody. We got Roadkill
That's
101.
a good
What is
one.
up? Then
Yeah,
we got
Charlie.
Blue Eyed Scorpio, our first ever mod. What is going on, dude? And not used to the chat's getting a little bigger, which is a good thing. It just takes a little bit longer to get through everybody. The True Aztec Warrior, what is up? We got Zomboid or something.
Zombied.
Whoa, Zombied. That's cool. And I like the profile picture too. It's punk rock as hell. Level 9 panel. And this is, we usually have 10, so I'm trying to cut back. We got Dragon Master. What's up with a $4 super sticker? So thank you for that over on Toasty's side. Then we got Jack Tarlad. What is up? Look at all these clout chasers. I know. He got me.
Speaking of which,
All right. And then Master of Trivia, Emily Kruger and Litigious Legions. What is up? And I think that is everybody. So we can go ahead and let's get
Real quick,
right on into it. Oh, yeah.
hold on. We have some super chats, but I don't
Ow,
know.
what?
They're not showing up on the side. Yeah, they are not showing
got
up
a
on the
few.
side for me to pull up.
Yeah,
Can
they're showing up on the side
a
for
few
me.
Dupree Duprees.
Can you
Let
pull
me
them
see
up,
if I can.
Drunken, or?
I don't have access to bring it up, but we got I mean
I can find him. We got $20 from Lawrence Knight and or I'm sorry, from Dom H. And I'm sorry, dude. I'm still getting used to having super chats, so I will try to pull it up. There it is.
There it is.
Hail everyone. Medium rare steak all day, right, Isaac? I mean,
Well
nobody's
done or
gonna
not at
argue
all,
with that.
Dom. Well done or not at all.
Well done. You're one of these guys. You just ruin it.
I agree. Well done.
I've asked, right? You
Ah.
have a pair of cowboy boots.
Yes.
No wonder you like to eat them too.
Do they have sequins on them?
Oh, you son of a bitch.
I like my meat a little darker.
Hey, yo.
Okay, see.
Hey, yo.
We're talking about
And
meat.
just like that, Theo's dreams were crushed.
Hey, hey.
Lord Snipe for 25. Let's get these likes up. Thanks, buddy. And I think
you,
that I
Lawrence.
got them all. I appreciate you guys so
Oh,
much. Thank you
shit.
for doing that.
Ours will clip that.
Camelot, whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, look at Lawrence.
God damn. Toasty's
Lawrence.
activated the chat.
Oh no! Oh no! Simpson bound.
All right, we're gonna just jump on into the first. I think this was the article that set it all off. We start right here. So, breaking top Democrat influencer Harry Session is now in the middle of a massive sex scandal. Allegedly, he manipulated women into sending explicit pictures. If true, does this surprise you? Well, one, no, but I'm kind of with Theo. This kind of seems like it's a lot of just not good behavior, but kind of typical among,
I mean, that's how you get when they say manipulated women into sending him explicit photos. It's like that's how you get women to send explicit photos. Like, how else is he supposed to do it?
Well, let's not gloss over the fact that these women took pictures of themselves, posted it in whatever chat that they were doing, and clicked send. They're not exactly victims here. However, the dirty way that these have been acquired is certainly a little weird.
Well, a lot of them tolerated non-exclusive relationships with him. They were like, oh, we were just like talking or like texting or like whatever. And that kind of behavior enables men to act like pigs. So if you have no standards for the male interaction that you'll tolerate, shit like this is going to happen.
I mean, this is kind of a lot like
So second message in shouldn't be show me your bobs.
Probably not.
Right.
But this situation is really similar to that of the Neil Gaiman situation, where it doesn't really matter what Harry Sisson did. It's more the fact that he did it despite espousing all the beliefs that he has. Like, you gotta trust women. You gotta be nice to women. I'm definitely not gay. Anyway, I can't keep fighting for your right to kill babies unless I see some tits.
That may be the greatest pickup line I've ever heard.
I need fighting fuel.
If you don't show me the tits, how can I preserve your right to abortion?
Oh man. Yeah.
And if you don't sleep with me, how are you going to have your first one?
Yeah, you know what's crazy is like our first Gen Z political sex scandal doesn't include any actual sex. Isn't that fucked up?
Oh man!
And here's the thing: some of a lot of the pictures were non-sexual. It was just like yoga pants, and he was just like, is super into it, right? So like,
well, that's because you get yoga pants.
You're easily satisfied, then, sissy.
It's like
I just want to say,
which he's not. You know what that is? He's just being
totally
a fucking people pleaser. You know he's addicted to hentai. That's the only thing that does it for him.
Harry Sisson is not a representative of Gen Z. I'm just saying right now, totally disavowed. That guy.
Yeah, I don't. After that photo, the iron just scrolled past very quickly.
I've met a lot of Gen Z, and he seems pretty fucking Gen Z.
I'm actually Iron.
Down to his tiny balls and freshly shaved face that will never grow hair.
Tiny balls.
I mean, that guy just exudes.
Let's see if I can find another.
Look, it's not his fault that he doesn't have enough testosterone to open his bottle of Soylent.
It's true.
That's what the woman.
Let's take a look at some of these.
He has to ask his girlfriend's boyfriend to open the pickle jar.
What's funny is even now, we're going to make fun of him because he's a massive hypocrite and he's a total little douche and he deserves all the mockery that's coming his way. But at the same time, I think a few of us are just like, okay, come on. This is a bit over the top. The reaction to it, he just got some nudie photos. I mean, he doesn't have like a Diddy sex dungeon or anything to that extent.
Yeah,
no.
I mean, I think there was. Selena's been following it better than I have because I've been at work for the past 72 hours since it broke. But there was one accusation of violence, but it's not 100% credible.
Not 100% credible yet. I mean, there's not, it's like a back and forth between girlfriends type of thing. So we'll see where that goes. I don't know if I want to bring that up just yet, because you never know if it's true or not. So
yeah.
My biggest thing about it so far has been the fact that if this had been a Republican, the media would be all over this.
Exactly.
And it wouldn't be just
if it was Charlie Kirk.
I mean, it was. Exactly. If it was Charlie Kirk,
look at what they did to Matt Gaetz.
All over it. Yeah, exactly. It's like if it was a right winger or someone that just did not agree with the Democrat Party, they'd be plastered all over mainstream media news. The left would be screaming up a storm about all of this, but yet it seems like they're trying to keep this one quiet.
Right.
Well, the problem is that even their sex scandals.
Sorry, go ahead.
It's just that their sex scandals are so bad that this would just be embarrassing if it got out for them.
Well, this just reminds me of this is like a recurring theme among the male feminist leftist thing, because remember Doug Emhoff, Kamala Harris's husband, those allegations of his ex-wife and abuse and stuff, and
right.
It just it seems to be a recurring theme with them. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Almost like it's projection or something.
Yeah, well, because being
yeah,
because male feminists, they're not talking. That comes from a place of just like badly needing to be liked. So, if another woman who's not your wife also likes you, that's gonna feed your need to be liked. So you're gonna go smash that. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing in.
Except Harry's not even man enough to go smash anything.
Yeah, dude. But I'm saying, like, I don't know
Oh, Vagabond for 5. Hail Isaac and Toasty. Hail Iron and Selena. Hail everyone. Medium rare steak all day. See, Vagabond's a man of culture.
Vagabond, enjoy your watermelon flavored everything tonight. Have a good rest of your night.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with watermelon flavored anything.
I agree.
Georgia is cotton.
I'm just saying he's always posting pictures of his new pickups, and I'm kind of jealous. He gets the best candy.
Sup, Matt Barr?
I think there's medium,
dude.
Medium or medium well. Like I said medium well once it was my friends, and they all wanted look like they were disgusted with me. Like,
look, if you want to ruin the steak, you can just buy a belt.
Well, hold on. I normally go with medium now, but like I don't think it's the worst thing ever.
You know, this is what shame is for, by the way.
No,
Theo's
well
right. We've got to
done
shame you
is
guys
where
eating your
it's too
steaks
far.
right.
I'm proud of you, buddy. Thank you.
Vaughn, you're from Jersey. You don't know how to eat.
I mean,
red meat up there. Come down to Texas. Come down to Texas, and I will show you.
Oh, hold on. Jack's got a good point. I'm the last person to defend Sissy Boy, but until they show me messages that show him to be predatory and not just youngin getting nudes after rizzing, not bothered.
Oh.
I think that's where a lot of us, like myself, probably Theo, you go for it. You already,
I was gonna
did your
say,
piece.
dude, I really hope that's not against the rules now, because I'm in some serious trouble.
Right, and I mean they're taking away all of the rules, like they're applying so many rules to just being a guy that used to just be like, well, you're a guy, so.
Well, also, I also kind of think that this new wave of like Democrat influencers is totally astroturfed, right?
Oh yeah,
and I think the evidence is. I think it feels like it's like, okay, I thought back to myself. Okay, if I could go back to being 23-year-old Theo, if you gave 23-year-old Theo, if you told him his opinions were important to others, and you gave him 1 million Instagram followers, what's the first thing I'd do with it? I'd try to get some nudes.
Yeah,
literally day
you're
one.
gonna try to slay bitches.
That's what I would do the
Right.
first second I possibly could. You know how I know? Because I became a man whore the first second I possibly could. I know. I lived it. As soon as I could, I did. That's what happens.
Well,
So-
the only reason we have anything is because men made it that we're trying to get laid. Everything from buildings, monuments to fucking music.
Yes,
it was all created because men thought, how can I set myself a part of the pack and get more?
I have several minutes of stand-up comedy about this exact subject. Yes.
Are we
you're
sure
exactly
about that
right,
with
Ira.
everything?
Yes, everything.
Just
Literally
about.
everything. Name something, and I can guarantee I can tell you how it's made to have
Comic
sex.
books. Who the fuck makes those to get laid?
You make
You
money
do.
by
Moving
making
on.
comic
You'd be
books.
surprised.
Getting
Neil
laid?
Gaiman.
You
Neil
get money
Gaiman.
that makes you, and Neil Gaiman. Yep, no, Neil Gaiman
Dude,
does
that's
it.
like the most virgin hobby.
No,
Now-
no, dude. Autistic girls are mad freaky, dude. You don't know.
But here's the thing, you know, a lot of this stuff.
You
that-
will soon, my lad. You
Bro,
will
like
soon.
those girls that got like Renaissance fair autism, they're mad
Oh, the
freaky and
best.
they love comic
Renaissance
books.
fair
It's
autism.
true.
That is
So, see,
that is-
Jack is bringing up a great point that everybody is saying. Like, I can't believe that motherfucker's straight for real.
If you pull up my screen, it's a nice little meme that especially because anyone that's seen MSK's W's
Oh no.
Oh,
videos,
yeah, let me get that.
so it plays onto that.
Oh no.
Harry's just going straight. Not a chance.
But
Wrong.
you know, with
No
all
way.
this,
Never happened.
Never happened.
Between Melody Mac and Harry Session, they brought back the word. You know what I mean?
The
but
Max
you know,
Slayer.
with the with what Jack Tarlag was saying, and something we talk about a lot on Touch Grass is that he didn't do anything wrong. Harry says what he's doing right now. None of it's actually a problem. He's not actually harassing anybody, but he's doing the worst thing you could do as a Democrat because he is doing everything that violates the HR culture that we've built around dating. He's doing the old strategies when that makes you a predator purely by the nature of what you're doing.
Exactly. He's one of the problems that set up all of these, rules and stupid things like the believe all women and all that bullshit. And of course, it's going to circle back around and bite them in the ass. That's what makes this glorious. That's why I can't really feel sorry for him, even though I don't really, from what I've seen, see that it's anything that egregious.
Yep.
All right, so I haven't seen that, but sorry, you go first.
Oh, I was just gonna say, it reminds me of, I forget his name, but there was that pack of like those 3 guys that was with Harry Sisson, and one of them, his old posts came out. Remember, he was saying the N-word and stuff online and everything. And it's like, okay, you do that, but then a couple of years later, when you're getting paid, you're gonna criticize everyone for supporting Trump, and that's harmless. So it's such a contradiction. It's crazy.
Yeah, it is.
And
again, that's the biggest problem.
They're surprised when they fit. I don't get it. Yeah, it's like you got to know this is going to come back to bite you in the ass somehow. It's out there. It's on someone else's phone. Anybody, and I don't know. And it just kind of shows you how stupid these people are, because they realize that anybody with a grudge can just turn this right back around to you for a little bit of clout and get you in trouble, and you're the one that's going to look like an asshole. It's exactly what happened. Like, I don't know if he's guilty of harassment or whatever that he's being accused of, but he's definitely an asshole. You gotta know it's going to bite you. Do you think that you're that insulated from consequences, you dumbass?
All of these girls also now get their 15 minutes of fame as well.
Right.
Yeah.
It is really, I think it's probably just like really tempting for a guy that age to take advantage of the sexual access he has. I mean, I think it'd be really tempting, but like, I'm not saying he's behaving in an ethical way, but I get how he probably wasn't thinking about his future, when he was doing it.
It's also worth mentioning that Harry Sisson and I are apparently the same age.
Well, yeah, and honestly, even okay, do you guys remember when Anthony Weiner, that congressman, got he lost like multiple jobs and his marriage because he couldn't stop sending his dick to chicks on Twitter? Yeah. That was he just kept getting caught doing this. It's like, why don't you stop doing this? It's like, it's very tempting,
I'm reading
Ronaldo sending his naked pictures out. I mean,
dude.
This is apparently how he's dealing with the aftermath here. He's like, you're making insane accusations right now. Like, what are you saying? What you're saying is insane.
Right.
You've created this conspiracy in your head and you won't even discuss it. Oh yeah, he's freaking the fuck out.
Oh man.
This is truly insane. Like, okay, he's a fucking grown man and he types out the word like.
Well, grown man according to the calendar and the legal drinking.
Hannah.
No, you don't understand this, Iron. So, one of the pastimes I have in one of my classes, and me and another guy, we count every single time somebody pointlessly says a like in class. We got someone who, in the span of 30 seconds, said like 30 times.
Yeah,
I'm not kidding.
Hold on.
Gen Z says like all the fucking time.
Hold on. Question. What did she say right before this?
Yeah, I don't know.
What is he talking about? Because there's a bunch of details in that last text that make me think there's information that I don't have on purpose.
Can I say something real quick though? I don't know if you guys noticed this, but I pointed this out. And by the way, I post the difference between how people react on Twitter to the shorts I do, my takes, and how they react on TikTok is really fascinating. They really throw a lot of temper tantrums on TikTok, but I posted this. I was marathoning Invincible, right? Seasons 2 to 3. And this kind of goes into men's inability to talk to women is literally every single time a male character asks a female character out. Doesn't matter how old they are, how confident they should be, what their character is. Every single time they go, I mean, if you want to, and then the girl goes, yeah, okay. And it's every single time. And it's like, that's the message that they're showing. And then when I posted that on TikTok, they were like, well, it's better that, sorry, they're not douches or mean to women. I'm like, there's a whole middle ground there. You can be confident without being a womanizer.
Right.
Like they treat it like you're either a bumbling idiot or you're a womanizer. And there's no in between. It's crazy.
No, and
let's look at it as a straw man. They're just setting up an argument.
Some of those characters,
that's how my generation sees.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're drowning out any in between or just even the outright, masculine characters. They're kind of demonizing them, making them we're not getting the masculine kind of scoundrel characters like Han Solo anymore. Not without making them totally, insufferable tools.
Without making them women. We're not even getting Indiana Jones for God's sake. And there is a difference between Han Solo and Indiana Jones. Like we're not even getting Indiana Jones. We're not getting the scoundrel. We're not even getting the noble. No wonder.
I've never seen that movie.
Even then, like if you read the old Spider-Man comics, like Peter Parker had game, dude. Like he was a dweeb, but like he had
and he grew out of his he had kind of what you were describing, Vaughn, early on. He grew, as his character aged and grew up, he outgrew that too. He still was a good person. He was a kid in Spider-Man, he only had confidence as Spider-Man and none as Peter Parker, and eventually he evened out, which is why he's a good representation for just guys growing up in general. But I didn't mean to cut you off, man.
But I also want to jump in real quick because I want to address that text message one more time because what probably happened there is the girl was being crazy, but Harry made a really important mistake. He told her she was being crazy. He's trying to be reasonable because he thought, okay, maybe if I just tell her she's being crazy, she'll realize it and start acting normal. Rookie mistake, not going to happen.
Yep, that doesn't happen.
If you're ever in a situation where you find yourself talking to a woman who's being crazy, especially a woman who you think might be trying to hurt you on purpose, you got to remain emotionally neutral. You got to say things like, okay, or I hear you, or I understand why you might feel that way. Don't say you understand. Actually,
you're giving away very sensitive trade secrets.
You're not supposed to ask
this is good advice. I'll have to take
you just let her blast you with her fire hose of estrogen, and you just pretend like all of it makes sense to you.
If that's what you're into.
And here's the thing.
Then you blast her with your hose.
It's not about what you say. It's about what you don't say. Just don't say. Just remain emotionally neutral. Control that heart rate. Right. Breathe in. Breathe out, and just let her be furious for a second. And when she's tired out and she feels listened to, then she wouldn't be yelling at you if she didn't care. This is a backwards ass way for her to like bond with you, right? So if you can sit with her in that insanity, right, you kind of talk her down from the ledge. And I know what I'm talking about. I once had my ex-girlfriend and my side chick team up against me, so I really know what I'm talking about.
Well, you got to stop introducing them to each other.
Social situations. But prior to that, they had fought in a Barnes and Noble parking lot. And then they decided that they wanted to team.
Wow, they bonded over violence? That's such a guy thing, too.
Theo, I'm starting to think you should not be giving advice. I'm thinking you should not be giving advice to people. All the more.
No, I'm saying I tried.
You're just now realizing this?
No,
I suffered immense consequences for my actions, and they were amazing.
Since he's left this, I would have answered, "Oh, why are you mansplaining me for?"
Right.
So my little issue I have with Theo's little analysis there is the fact that I believe Harry being reasonable as much as I believe him being straight. So I don't really.
Based on those messages, he kind of reacts in a very feminine way. He's typing out the word "like" for Christ's sake.
That means he's a Zoomer. That means he's Gen Z. Not that he's gay. Almost
what's the
all
difference?
Gen Z, good point.
Yeah.
Hey, Vaughn, what's the difference?
Real quick, I just want to address. I wanted to address what Jack said here. So the guy in the video right here in what we're seeing, that's actually his friend. It's not Harry. It's him talking to Harry about the scandal.
Right. They look a lot alike. They both have the awful.
It's a douchey haircut.
Zoomer haircut.
God,
yeah, exactly.
I hate that haircut so much.
Just gonna read this real quick. Harry Session convinced 11 different women that he had no roster and respected them for their bodies, while persuading them to send explicit photos of themselves through Snapchat, including one from a domestic abuse survivor. Quite a lot to unpack there. All of that.
Now, was that known to him? Because if that was, that's fucked up. Like,
no,
there's a video.
Yeah, just okay. If they're his age,
all survivors
women,
of something,
right?
That's called being an adult.
I don't know. That's a lot of women, and a lot of them that consider themselves abuse survivors maybe got yelled at once.
Yeah,
let's be real here.
Wow.
I need to see receipts on that before I mean, was he talking
That's
to her at the shelter for domestic violence survivors?
You gotta understand. Okay, that accusation is deliberately being weaponized to make him sound as bad as possible. There's 100%. A really good chance that the person who's saying it is exaggerating on purpose. Because remember, this scandal isn't that bad. This is regular fuckboy behavior. It's not great. He seems like a dick. I wouldn't want my sister to date him, but it's typical fuckboy behavior. It's nothing's criminal here, right? So trying to make it as bad as possible
whenever he comes up
by lying.
Yeah, but you're right, Theo.
But this is the reason why
Don't tell him that.
Come back, and there's nothing wrong with public shaming.
Yes, absolutely. We should publicly shame literally everyone involved in this story.
Correct.
And I kind of think that's what we've been doing now, like on stream, social media, everything. We're kind of calling out BS, and rightfully so, I think.
By the way, if a man has no, by the way, if you feel the need to ask a man to confirm whether or not he has a roster, he has a roster. You already know.
What does it matter?
Right? If you like the guy with 1 million Instagram followers is not talking to just you, sweetheart. I'm sorry to tell you that.
Thank you.
I'm sorry to tell you that you are a Wisconsin 7, and that's fine. But he just wants to see your butt. He doesn't respect your intellect because you're 22 and a woman. Right? So he doesn't respect your intellect. You're not good in conversation. He doesn't find you interesting or funny. He wants to see your butt.
You know, Theo, I just want to point out you got a bit of a double standard here. Every day on Touch Grass, you're talking about how you want men to go out there and be fuckboyish. And finally, we get one, you still call them
fuckboyish. There's limits to everything.
No, I want you guys to get married, for fuck's sake.
He never said fuckboy. He never
clean
said
your house.
Be a fuckboy.
Yes.
Ladies, if there's a content creator who has plenty followers or subscribers or whatnot, do not fall for his shit. You're not the only woman that he is messaging. I'm telling you.
Once I get big, I won't message any other girl.
Also, not all
so get me while I'm young, ladies. You won't get
That's the trick, ladies. Go after the smaller creators like Vaughn. Get them while they're young and vulnerable, and they don't have that many options. And put that shit on lockdown. Strider is right down here. His DMs are open. Get it now while you still can.
I will catch all the strays.
My DMs.
Strider, real quick. How tall are you?
6'3".
Oh wow! That's
my god!
Show off.
Yep. I'm 6'4", so
you'll see. Well, actually, it's fun. It's kind of funny. I come from good stock. I'm the short one.
I hate you all.
Family.
Wait, are you actually 6'4", Vaughn?
Yeah, man.
You give off really short energy.
Look at him.
Yeah, I would have spent money.
No, I figured he was tall.
I'm fucking with you. I'm not 6'4". Are you kidding?
Okay, but to say
I'm like 5'9".
Okay,
that sounds more accurate. Good, I'm taller than you.
Say.
Now, here's another red flag in this post, and I want to see what you guys think. When the women discovered each other one by one, he called them all insane and attempted to coerce one of them into telling the public that the photos were fake. A request to the readers: set political differences aside, blah blah blah. Yeah, and that's exactly what we're doing. We are setting political differences aside, and we're analyzing what's said. The red flag that I see here is when the women discovered each other one by one.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
Yeah.
Well, hold on. I mean, it's okay to
one at a time, guys. One at a time.
Sorry.
It seems like someone's farming for victims.
Probably.
It's possible, but I'd also argue, like let's say you have this, like, oh, I had this bad experience with this chick. Oh, this other guy did that. Oh, this other guy down the street. Okay. Oh, okay. So maybe
it's
now
called investigating.
Yeah. So like it could be investigating.
Yes.
Well, see what
The
happens.
answer is no. They didn't have sex with him.
Yeah. No.
There are social media groups that are called "Are We Dating the Same Guy?" or something like that.
What?
Really?
No, you guys haven't heard of this?
That's a real thing.
No.
I only know that
I love being.
We're married.
Being married. That's
all
all I can say.
Oh yeah, you're stepping into my wheelhouse now. Okay.
Now, are we giving the same guys not to catch?
What is this group?
So
are we?
I wear a wedding. I wear a wedding.
Here's what this group does. It is intended so that people kind of in the same general area can connect with each other and fit and suss out whether or not they're like the title suggests, dating the same guy. The way to suss out cheaters. More often than not, it devolves into a here's how bad men are kind of thing. So it creates it's like the girl, like Theo likes to talk about, the sisterhood gets together and tells other sisters why their man is no good, even though he like try to make her think that someone else is dating, that they're dating the same guy. It's actually turned into quite a shit show. But that's what it is. There's plenty of groups around there that will those people can connect and suddenly realize, oh, this person did this. What do you think? Has anyone had similar experiences? Yes, this guy did this. Oh, wait, those line up exactly. So usually men are creatures of habit. So yeah, we will get caught that way because again, we will do the same thing if it works over and over and over again. And usually, and the more women you go out with, the more that compounds. And so you realize we have some commonalities here. This person was probably the same person. That's where that comes from.
I call that phenomenon the estrogen lynch mob. And it looks like poor Harry is going to learn a lesson about the estrogen lynch mob.
You know, I think I know exactly how he got caught.
Yeah, it's going to hit him like a bus, and they all have receipts.
See, I think he got caught because one of the girls came over and she found a spare strap on.
Weird. Why was bigger?
So I was looking at I just looked up dating groups on Facebook. First ones that come up, one of the third one actually shockingly is Flat Earth Singles Meetup. It's a pretty big group.
Flat Earth.
Oh, nice.
Wow. Yeah, that was the third thing.
Yo,
I think you ought to go for that because the women in that group are going to be dumb. So
they're going to be dumb, but they're also going to be questioning things.
But are they dumb enough to date a comedian?
They're dumb enough to sleep
Are
with
they
you.
dumb enough to date a comic book writer?
They're dumb enough to sleep with you, not date you.
Oh, well.
Yeah, I just learned
dumb women compensate.
I just want to tap that ass. That's it.
I just learned because of my
I just want to clap those cheeks.
Because of my huge, massive online presence that I have, that I just can't go out in public without being noticed anymore. That to keep the ladies off of me, I wear a wedding band, even though I'm single and not married, just to keep them away.
No, that doesn't work.
Keep them at bay.
As long as it's working out for you.
Well, so I got my first post written up. Can I get some feedback on it? I said the Earth may be flat, but I know you're not. Winky face, hit me up, ladies. Can I post that?
That's pretty
If
sharp.
that works, I will pay you $100.
Posted it.
Do it.
Good job, Vaughn.
Do it.
Smart,
It might.
dude.
No, women are gross now, so that might.
Oh shit! Admins have to approve it. All right, we're cool.
Hey y'all, I'm gonna jump out so that Battsauce can come on in. Thank you guys for being here, and yeah, I'll be in the background.
All right. Yeah, when Drunken drops, you can jump back in.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, yeah. I'll see you in a little bit. Bye.
All right.
Bye, Selena. Bye.
All right, Battsauce, you're on standby. We'll bring you on when you get in. Now, the story does take a dark turn, and not really because of Harry, but through one of his friends. So if you read through some of the texts, there's him talking about this guy, Camille, I guess is his name, and that he's freaking out about stuff. Oh, we got Battsauce. Hold on.
I've got the one car Vaughn can't destroy.
What?
It's a VCR rewinder.
That's my favorite thing ever.
What's going on? Man? Telling about Harry Session Day.
Yeah, I heard. You know, when a kid to sleep, it's a whole different thing. But now I got two of them. It's nuts.
Is your car back?
What do you think, Vaughn?
You think I'll be back next month? I'm just seeing what's going to come out first. My second book, or
I don't know. I don't know.
Are you already plotting his new car's destruction?
No.
Psychopath.
I just, no, he can't keep up with my schedule, I guess, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, whatever.
What is the
next
release
campaign
it? Like get it. Oh, sorry. Go.
Well, you better get that book out fast because the migrant community that you could pay to vandalize his car is starting to dwindle.
Yeah.
Well, that's because the next campaign he's going to have different levels, like bumper damage, door damage.
$1,000 it totals.
Oh, but you pay, because no one would pay for their own car, right? But you pay for it to happen to someone else's car.
Yeah.
Like at one random back.
I'm going to make sure to I'm going to make sure
All
to
right.
find your book multiple times and send them to my enemies.
Good.
Do it.
I'm sure
Everybody
like,
wins.
Not at all.
So this is added to the controversy. Now, this is where it gets a little bit darker, if any of this is true. Now, it's still so early. We don't really know, but apparently this is allegedly Camille Marone. I guess I'm saying that right, from the Harry Sessions scandal. He is supposedly a business partner of Harry and has been accused of grooming an underage autistic child. Man, the creeps always go for the autistic chicks.
Damn, sorry, Arza.
What? What?
That's what that person's
like
worry
that
about
so
the
hard
most
with that
is
when I
the
said that.
albino.
I don't even know what happened.
Oh, he's Euro trash. Of course he is.
His name's Camille. What did you expect?
I don't know.
Harry Sisson is
I'm from
also Euro
California.
trash. Harry Sisson's not an American citizen.
What?
He was
Really?
born in
I didn't know that.
Singapore.
Well, I mean, hold on. It doesn't make him not an American. Like, I wasn't born in the U.S. Doesn't make me not an American.
Okay, maybe his
citizen.
parents were. Let me see.
Support him.
Well, hold on,
Natural
guys. Hear me
citizen.
out. All right.
Natural citizen.
For the good of our cars, deport him.
Oh, whoa.
That face. Oh.
I still have a hard
Here's
time
what's
believing
so
that that
interesting.
face is not gay. I feel like this is just a big psyop to trick us out.
Right?
Yes.
You
Yeah,
know,
we-
you might be onto something, man. They might be doing this to trigger the lefty male community that still has, you know, a little bit of testosterone and red blood in them. That
That's
are
what I
getting
said
sick
last
of
night.
all
You
the-
told
I mean,
me
I think it's one of
no.
those things.
They're trying to make him cool.
I
No,
said
I
that
said
last night. You
discuss
said
it on
no.
the show. I didn't say
I know,
no.
but
I
you
said discuss it
disagreed.
on the
You
show.
disagreed with me. You thought it was something else.
Yeah, Harry
You ever
Well,
see
then,
the
go ahead and
Always
give your
Sunny?
thoughts.
Huh?
He's
Go
on
ahead and give
he's
your
a citizen of
thoughts.
Yeah,
Ireland.
there's part of me that's like, I wonder if he's having this, his people are having this leak so that people stop calling him the F slur on the internet.
That's what I think.
I don't
I
think
heard.
Well, you guys ever see that Brooklyn Nine-Nine episode where the one cop like shows how he gets all of his everything he wants by baiting his way through things?
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly what he's doing. He's baiting his way through stuff.
Yeah, and this is like, it's weird because like the scandal is like, it's spicy enough that people will talk about it, but if you actually look at the details, he didn't actually do anything that's like illegal or like actionable in any way. He was just kind of a dick, right? So
Well, you see,
And this is the best thing that could happen for his image, honestly.
yeah.
Well, no, because amongst his own crowd, the worst thing you do is a minor sex crime. That's the worst thing you can do, according to a liberal. Him being gay, they would celebrate him being gay. And while Harry Sisson might be bothered about it, nobody in the liberal camp would be.
Yeah.
Well, this shows
all
the constant
dropping it
double
the same-
standard because remember 2016 or whatever when that tape came out of Trump say, grab him by the, clip, and they freaked out over that. Trump did nothing illegal then, but in this case, when it's on the other side,
Yeah, there wasn't even
shows the double
another
standard.
person involved in that. He didn't even wrong anybody. He just made an off-color joke to Billy Bush.
Exactly. But
And
look
that
how
was
much
it.
they covered that for the last almost 10 years. They've
Yeah.
hyper-focused on a Trump comment, but this guy's actual actions, you don't hear a peep from them. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Was his comment Trump's even wrong? He just said when you're rich and famous, you don't even have to
absolutely.
try as
Yeah,
a man.
and also-
you can literally just grab him by the pussy.
And
that was the comment.
Yeah.
Where's
Yeah.
the lie?
That's actually like
That's
it-
true.
what's crazy is there's this fun thing that you do in jokes sometimes where you exaggerate and you don't say things literally, right? But it's also kind of literally true that when you're super famous and a known billionaire, you can kind of just like do whatever you want. That
Yeah.
is also true.
Exactly.
Camelot
is
made a
this
comment.
not-
Oh, go ahead.
Isn't this exactly what Harry's doing? Because he has popularity and
Yeah.
notoriety, he's
Mhm.
grabbing them.
He's
But
grabbing
not
life by
literally.
the
He's
pussy.
just getting a different type of thing.
Digitally.
He's digitally getting.
Oh.
He's
So
wearing
I
the
mean,
art of the deal.
it really is kind of odd that this scandal's dropping right when the JFK files came out. It's almost
Right.
like,
Oh,
Yeah.
wait a
It's just-
minute.
I was
Yeah,
gonna say.
probably the. Sorry.
Oh, God.
No, you're good. I was gonna make
I
a
was
joke.
gonna say Camelot made a comment earlier saying that if they don't believe the women that or the lady that is saying this, that it makes them look bad because believe all women. So
Exactly.
it's gonna make them
Let me
look
see if I
really
can find
bad
this.
if they don't take her side. So they can't necessarily say anything about it.
That's
well, they never believe
100%
women
true.
when it's accusing a leftist. Like, look at Juanita Broderick. You know,
Yeah,
I mean, she's got
Tara
some
Reid.
evidence.
That's
Yeah.
So,
but yeah, this is their
Mhm.
yeah, this is
Yeah,
their
they go ahead.
no, I was like this is their brand new golden boy influencer. You know, it's a shame to watch him go out like that. But I imagine among Gen Z, especially because his fan base is on TikTok, right? So what do we know about that? It's majority female because TikTok has a huge female user base. It's very female centered. I mean, everybody uses it, but it's mostly girls on there. So now he's just been outed to his entire female audience as a fuckboy, which is the most hated, worst thing you could possibly be, right? This is going to really hurt his career. And I'm like, oh man, sorry, dude. I hate to see it. Another male feminist was a pervert. That's tough.
I've got a little bit of a conspiracy theory. So I was looking him up a little bit. He is a member of, he does activism within the EU. So what if he was supposed to be like, what if the EU planted him and gave him a bunch of artificial like growth? Unlike these women who are supposedly giving him natural growth, but I don't believe that.
Yeah.
And what if the whole thing is
Only natural growth
the
he's ever experienced.
is putting this out there to get rid of him because he fucked up his job so badly and actually hurt the leftist movements amongst Gen Z men.
Yeah.
Right.
That's good theory.
Also, they could because here's the thing. Okay, remember Iron? This is something interesting. Remember when you said he looks just like his friend because they have that same stupid haircut? This guy's replaceable.
Oh yeah,
like his popularity was probably astroturfed, like Arza was saying, right? And he's infinitely. You could just get another dipshit with a broccoli cut in there, and no one would notice the difference.
I volunteer.
Right.
I volunteer, please.
Like, well, here's the thing. He didn't write. He's not writing his own shit. He's being told what to say and probably paid to say it, right?
Yeah, just like all the that's the problem with all the left wings. Very few of them actually buy into their own bullshit. Like the Cranstein twins, they're just they're pay to say. That's it.
Well, they believe it so far as it impacts their wallet,
and that's it. But yeah, these kids, they were cast just like a Disney casting call. That's all they were. And that's why they're a dime a dozen. They can find another one within days.
And his buddy Dean Withers
artificially
inflate
inflate their numbers.
Did he really? That's not surprising.
Immediately threw him under the bus because he's on this same fucking, this same fucking money tree, right? So,
well, when the number one currency is the obsession to the cause, the best thing you do is throw away your own to get under that to increase your own capital.
Very common thing. Yeah,
no experience with that, right?
Well, we got to go to the bus. I'll throw you under the short bus, Battsauce.
He's already in it. How are you going to throw him?
How dare you? Can't use the short bus against me.
All right, so the logistics would be I would take him out of said bus and then throw him under it.
Oh no.
The bus is like my domain expansion. I rule this area.
I am delivered. I don't like men no more. I don't like women. Women. I said women. I'm not gay. I would not date a man. I'm not gay no more. I am.
That is from core member from the Legion of Memers, and he's doing God's work.
I love that.
Oh, this F&T is going to be so great when they talk about this.
That was outstanding.
You're gonna have a Harry Sisson's face over Ice T's son.
Yeah. Here's him and his buddy that already threw him under the bus. He's like, now I'm gonna be the popular one, and I'll get all the nudes.
You know, it is not fair that I'm the one who's balding when these people only have their hair.
No, they only have the front of their hair. Okay, they've shaved all the rest of it and combed it forward like a nasty 70s porn star.
Also,
Like,
these guys are like
bald.
23. Let's see where they're at when they're 33.
Well, that's where they'll be
Exactly
eventually.
where it's gonna be.
Strapping on the the fake breastfeeding thing and all that.
I'm
good
glad
stuff.
that's what's going on with the.
Or other strap-on devices, whatever floats their boat, or whatever gets some votes.
Yeah, that guy's never had an original thought in his life. You can see it by just the vacant, vapid expression on his face. He's like a feckless doofus who is led around by his erection. It's happened before, right? Not the first time in history that's ever happened that somebody with unearned privilege was undone by lust. I don't know. I've got to root for him. I hope he lands on his feet. Maybe he could be like rebrand as a right-wing influencer.
Oh god, I would love that so much to be trying to break up the right wingers.
Dude, get him on Rogues. He's probably not.
He's probably got nothing going on. We should invite him.
Dude,
He would cancel us all immediately. The first gay
I
joke.
should have him on Touch Grass. I could help him.
Oh my god!
Because he is.
This
gay.
is where you went wrong. You left a paper trail.
Yeah, dude. What the fuck are you doing?
No, but
Damn,
this
I
is
miss
the
the 90s
real
ones.
problem. Because Sisson is very much bi. So if he ever becomes a right wing influencer, either him and I are gonna like start fucking, or we're gonna start fighting, and there's gonna be no
maybe both.
We're both.
Are you attracted to him?
No, God no. But
You're gonna
I-
fuck fight. You're gonna fuck fight.
Wow.
But he'll be fine from behind.
Why did you?
No, it is true. Sometimes you do have to fuck people out of pure hatred. I'm with Arthur on this one.
Are you the right wing Destiny?
I just gotta say, I miss the fucking 90s when there wasn't cameras everywhere.
Yeah, seriously.
And why is that?
No, that's not
If
true.
you say it has anything to do with middle schools, I'm kicking you.
No, God, no!
Oh,
no.
Doing that dirty
That
like
is
that,
some
man.
deep touch grass lore. If you want the backstory, go subscribe to Theo's channel and go back a couple episodes.
You have
Middle
a
school
super chat,
moms.
sir.
No, no,
That
I
is
just-
on Toasty's side from Kyle. Is that how you say that? Toasty? Kaylee?
Kyle Barra.
Okay.
Mhm.
Kyle Barra. He's paid by TikTok and DNC and good influence. I 100% agree.
Dude, there was this one time I was scrolling through TikTok. I recorded it, but it was like it was my feed, and it was nonstop like Orange Man bad, Orange Man bad, and I'm like, none of this is related at all to any of the stuff I'm interested in, like comics, whatever. Why is this all showing up on my feed? And I was like, this is crazy. Like the algorithm, and it's the same viewpoint over and over again. I was like, wow.
You ever actually bothered to sit down and watch some of this Orange Man bad content? I see it everywhere on Reddit, and it's
my
all
life-
false. Like it's none of it is even comprehensible.
The scary part is the people watching it and absorbing it can vote too. That's the scary part. People actually believe that stuff, you know.
You know, people, and this is what what always just really pissed me off about people who would, I would say rather unfairly give like Charlie Kirk and Ben Shapiro and all the Daily Wire people shit for going on college campuses and debating them and roasting them and wiping the floor with them. Now, I've never thought that was a bad idea because, and for this reason, because Charlie Kirk summed it up perfectly. He's like, I'm talking to voters. Y'all are 18 and above. You are very politically motivated. You're very active in your social circles. You're voters. So if I'm trying to cut the corruption off at the source, because he's talking to university students, talking to college students, the hub of the propaganda. Like I am talking to future voters, and it's I would argue Charlie Kirk and his work and all the really Daily Wire people. I was about to finish.
I know, but I got to give Drunken an outro, man. So I had to play you out. I'm sorry, Strider. I'm so sorry, Strider.
Talking to voters. That's all I'm saying.
We can get back to it in just a second. Let's give Drunken an outro and tell everybody where you're going to be tonight, man.
Yeah, I'm going to be over on Arthur Nix's channel in a little under an hour here. And then on Friday, I'll be over on Inside Title Here show with a lot of the people that are already on this panel as well. I still haven't thought of a theme yet. We'll figure it out, and then that'll be announced. Then I have Capecast with Sammy 3-Pete at 8:30 PST in the morning, talking about Batman and the deep lore. And then Touch Grass with Theo Snodgrass at 11 PST, where I am producing.
Awesome, man. You can go ahead and throw Arthur's link in the comments so people can go check that out. If you're not already subscribed to Arthur's channel, go sub to him. I had a lot of fun when I talked to him a few weeks ago. So great channel over there. But we'll catch you later, man. Thanks for hanging out.
Yep. You guys have a great night.
See you, buddy.
Peace.
Hey, I need to get out too. My kids are not listening, so I gotta go take care of that.
All right. Well, you got anything you want to plug before you go?
Yeah. Friday, insert title here. Then Saturday, maybe Touch Grass. Haven't been contracted yet. That ink's still.
I will fucking reach out to people Thursday. I'm the same who's on the show.
I'm messing with you. Monday, I'm on Pop Culture Beatdown with our friend Sean Third Realify. And then I won't be on anything again until next Friday. So, and then youtube.com/@shamrecords for AI generated music. I also do it for fun. If you want to message me, I'll make music for you for your show for whatever for free. That's it.
Awesome, dude.
Well,
All right, Darnell. Well, thanks for
What's up,
hanging out,
guys?
man. We'll see you
I'm gonna
later. If
head out
anybody,
too.
Selena or anybody else wants to jump in, we got some room available now. So go ahead and
Well, I'm gonna head
got
out
the link.
too, by the way. So.
We got more room. So
Yeah, it's all right. Thank you guys.
Well,
It's so much better.
Before Vaughn, because I'm gonna cut him off real quick. I just want to talk about a little bit what I've been doing for the week. Because as you guys saw, I started drawing. Right, I've been working on stuff, but I also I've been working on hypnotism lately, and I'm doing really really good at it.
Yeah.
So I think I'm gonna show you guys a little something.
Yeah.
When I snap my fingers, Vaughn's gonna forget that he was ever gay.
That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good statement that you just.
on the feud
Hold on,
continues.
did it work, Vaughn? Do you remember being gay?
Do you remember?
I'm having technical difficulties. I gotta go.
Battsauce,
Reminds me
man.
of the
He
joke.
didn't
Have you
even
ever seen
remember
the
to
clown?
plug the Indiegogo. Damn it.
Have you ever seen the
Winner of
clown
this-
that follows gay people around?
No, what?
Have you ever seen the clown that follows gay people around? You ever seen him?
Yeah, he keeps trying to get something from me. I'm not going to give it to him.
Oh no,
Am
I,
I supposed to answer
I
this?
reversed it. No, the clown that hides.
Yeah,
from gay- yes,
That's right.
I reversed it. Someone pulled that on me yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, the clown pulled something on me too, but I wasn't afraid.
Damn.
He showed me his
Where did
mouth.
Vaughn go?
Vaughn had to leave, and Battsauce bullied him into it much faster than he intended. He was originally going to plug his Indiegogo, but instead he decided to get really quiet, awkward, and his face was turning a bit red. I thought it was great.
Let's plug his Indiegogo.
That was great. That was great.
I'll put the Indiegogo into the
See,
chat.
Battsauce, I felt him try to dodge the question, and I just wasn't going to let it slide.
Yeah.
Have you seen when somebody is just really trying to think of a comeback, but they're too much on the verge of laughing at what you said to come up with anything good? That's kind of the gist I was getting.
What do you me?
All right. So where were we with the whole Harry session thing? So any final thoughts, or we'll move on to another topic? I think I got something else we can. I think we beat
Talk about
this into
somebody
the
who
ground.
forgot they were gay.
It's very interesting to see because after post-election, I've been getting a bunch of little Harry Sisson clones have been popping up on my For You page, and I don't interact with anybody like that, but like, especially on Instagram, were at least 10 different ones, and I was counting them. I was like, this guy looks familiar. I blocked them because they're annoying as hell. They look exactly like him. They shave their faces to a completely harmless, if they could even grow hair in the first place, a completely harmless. They probably can't, yeah. But they style their hair to look like really diva-y, and they're all supposedly men, but they dress in strangely unassuming clothes, and they adopt just the most weird expressions, like the harmless expressions, like, oh, I'm just one of the girls kind of thing, and it's just disgusting.
No. Okay, no. Strider's onto something. I want to bring something up here because Strider's onto something. I heard because I didn't know anybody who was a fan of like Dean Withers or Harry Sisson or any of these guys. I don't know any of their fans, right? But okay,
ironically,
the women that I've heard, the people that I've heard talk about how great these guys are, it's always like millennial women. It's like women who are like 30 plus who are just like wrapped in the woke ideology, and I think it's because of this mentality of the children are our future. And the children are always right, and we must learn from the newest generation, right? But I think deep down in their hearts, they still want to take orders from white men, but it can't be old white men, right? So they take all the democratic programming and they give it to kind of like unassuming femboys, right? And they have them do it. I think that's what's going on.
So you're saying Harry Sisson's just really just tag maxing?
Yes.
Probably.
Yes, dude.
Same, dude. Same, bro.
By the way, totally valid strategy.
Now, this is kind of a little flashback into Harry's career. So if you want to understand why are we even talking and making fun of him for something is nothing burger is what's being announced. Yeah. This is why. Yeah. And this sums it up perfectly. This is from the best new Twitter account I've ever seen called Retard Finder.
Yes.
Yeah. One of my favorites.
He is awesome.
Dude existed for 2 weeks and already got boosted by Elon Musk several times.
Right?
It's not
several
fair.
times. All right, so let's have a lesson to the knowledge of Harry Session.
To all of the men out there who are going around to women saying your body, my choice. Number one,
your body, my nudes, bitch.
Number two, this is why women don't like you. This is why when you go to the bar, they don't come home with you. And that girl that you were talking to in the bar and she went to find her friends, she wasn't looking for her friends. She was looking for the door to get away from you. Just respect people. It's that easy. My God.
Oh,
that was so fake.
Oh my God. Nobody was saying your body, my choice. Literally nobody. There is not a single second of footage by anyone on the street, anyone in schools, anyone in colleges.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
People did say that, but it was a joke.
But it was joking. But like in all reality, they won't ever say that shit ever.
But I'm saying like there was teachers out there saying it's so horrible that they see this in classrooms. Like really, where's the footage? Because every idiot has a cell phone now. You think that'd be something they want to record for clout?
I believe
the fact that it not
kids,
exist.
I believe the teachers that kids were saying that in class because they knew it would piss off their teacher. Because here's the thing, I was in public schools not too long ago, and I had some of the worst teachers, and the goal with those teachers is just to make them as angry as possible with as little words as possible. So I truly believe kids were making those jokes. It
should have amended. I meant like nobody's seriously saying that because nobody's seriously believing that. Kids are going to shit post and kids are going to say something that's going to piss you off, but no one means that because that's insane.
Students are always trolling the crap out of their teachers.
Of course they are.
So I can totally see kids going to school saying that.
Do we know why that video ended so short? His butt plug was vibrating too much. You tell he's blushing.
You got a text message.
Well, so that's Harry's session, and I don't think there's any more. We'll wait and see where if this is it, then it's just kind of a whatever. It is still funny.
I wonder
really
if
fucking funny.
they'll since these guys are so replaceable, they just know that each of them has a shelf life, and they'll just because here's the thing: if you let him get big and get a big following, then he can kind of write his own check, kind of have his own. He doesn't need you anymore, right? But if you take him out at the knees before they can get big and ruin their lives, right? Then you can just have you keep recycling replaceable, dumbasses in there, right?
Right.
Like just get another twink to say the same lines, right?
Well, this makes me think slightly of the whole timing thing I don't think this would have happened before the election. This would have never come out, any of this information.
No.
And it makes me almost think, even whether this stuff is real or not, which I think a lot of this stuff is probably real. Could it be part of a larger plan for rebranding on the left? Rebranding, getting rid of the old, kicking him to irrelevance so that people forget about the failure of the 2024 election, possibly.
So
I don't know.
Do you think for the 2028 election, what they're going to do? Remember that Real Men Vote Blue video they had? Yeah. Whereas these guys all of them were gay actors, by the way.
Yeah.
People found their acting. All of them were gay actors. Do you think they're going to get rid of Harry Sisson so they can replace him with a macho guy instead?
I think that's what they're going to go for. I think they're going to be like Real Men Vote Blue, but also you see Gavin Newsom now trying to rebrand. He has the podcast, trying to emulate Joe Rogan energy a little bit, not successfully at all, mind you. But I think they're realizing that the whole twink Harry Sisson thing does not appeal to Gen Z voters at all. We're looking at guys like Rogan.
See, I don't know. I think they're going to double down, man, and I hope that they do because I think that they're going to go for a trans, either a female to male or male to female. They're going to lean in hard because they're not willing to reverse on so many of their issues. They're in too deep. It's like they can't get out.
I hope they find someone like Tim Wolf, AOC president next time. We want them to double down and go further left and more radical. You know?
Yeah,
please
secure
bring
JD Vance
the Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez what's her name Crockett ticket that they've been.
Okay, but we know that
hinting.
no, we don't want them to run AOC because Theo will vote for her.
No, well,
vote for
I
her
would
because-
never. I would, Arza. I would never vote for a woman.
I agree with that. Yeah.
So didn't Harry come out of the whole Florida shooting ordeal?
No,
that
would
was
be
David Hogg. That's a
Didn't they
different
both,
wing.
He's also in hot water because
I thought they
he's
both
the,
are.
No,
well,
Harry
he's
Sison's not
the,
American.
the newly
He's
elected
Irish.
Democrat vice chair who,
Yeah.
2 weeks into his, I don't know, 2 weeks into his, however, whatever they called him being there, he was also caught in siphoning dono dollars using the Democrat voter rolls to have people vote, to have people donate directly to him. So he got caught doing that immediately.
See,
Right.
Democrats would be fine if they were at least good at grifting.
No, they're terrible.
Not. I
at it
mean,
because
they're bad
why.
criminals. The
Yeah.
only way they've gotten away with being criminals is because they controlled the cops for so
This
long.
is why they
now that
identify
they're
with
not.
Harley
This is
Quinn
why
so
Act
much.
Blue is a transparent bullshit crime, and they've known this for a long time. Everything is artificially inflated with them. That's why Harry Session and all these influencers that come out of fucking nowhere have like almost 1 million followers overnight. It's not because they're popular or their opinions are good. It's all part of the scam. That, I mean, it's like I've been saying for a long time. If they just installed actual voting laws in California, it would at least be in play to flip, or it would be bright fucking red.
I got you got a little notification, Iron, by the way.
Did I? Where? What?
On the start.
You get a
This one?
member.
Whoa!
Hey, awesome. Now I do
Shout
think
out to
that's over
John.
on Toasty's side, but congratulations,
Yeah.
Toasty.
Hey, congratulations.
Now, this is what I mean when they're in too deep and they can't get out, and why I think they're going to just keep pushing hard. This is just a few days ago that Deerfield Middle School, and I wish Darnell was here because he probably dated 3 of these teachers at one point, knowing his history.
Yeah, this story
Deerfield Middle School. It's always a middle school. Administrators forced teen girls to change in front of boy in school locker room. The boy was, of course, identified as a female, and if you read the story, the girls had complained about, the parents complained, and they were basically doing walkouts and not refusing to change as a protest. Well, these 3 broads decided to lock them in there and make sure that they did change in front of this boy.
Bro.
Guys, do you ever get so woke you commit a sex crime on some minors?
Right?
That's more than a sex crime. I think it's
Yeah,
like
imagine being the fathers of those kids, the things you would want to do. You
Imagine
can't
being
hostage.
the husbands of those teachers.
Let's also forget that this means that these teachers are also watching a young boy change.
So, and
I
remember,
mean, one thing we do know about female middle school teachers is that they will fuck any boy that moves in their classroom because that's what they do.
Yeah.
Well, and also let's look at the women who did this, right? When I say the HR department or
Yes.
the great HR department in the sky,
Mhm.
this is what I'm talking about. This whole like
Exactly.
liberal white female ethos that's fucking ruining the country right now. It's this
One of
shit
them looks
right
like she's
here.
got. One of them looks like she's got eyes in 2 different hemispheres. God.
Right. And like we
people
talked
ask-
about on
Anya
Emerald
Taylor
Show
Joy
last
is telling
night.
you to tone it down.
Like we talked about on Emerald Show last night, Theo, it's like kind of like, when a franchise is getting ruined because the writers they replace the actual talented writers with a committee of normally woke white women, and that's what happened in the former administration. They had a walking corpse and a bunch of unelected woke white women committee making all the fucking decisions, and that's how we got here.
kidnapping. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, it's a
When
kidnapping.
people ask why I don't like the 19th Amendment, I'm just going to show them this picture from now on of these 3 women. I mean,
Right,
this
and
sums
bro,
up.
we got to get you
There
on
are
touch
so
grass,
many
buddy.
crimes.
I'd be done.
Yeah, Isaac's awesome. That would be a great addition.
Yeah, but how are they not getting prosecuted for kidnapping? Oh, wait, I know. The school board is probably protecting them.
I don't know that they can. This is huge. This
Well,
is
they're gonna
probably
fucking
the
fly.
worst one I've heard because it involves adults forcing this on children.
I don't know what's worse. Like I know the Loudoun County one made everybody see red because
of course
those people knew what was happening. I mean, everyone wants to bring up like the huge Catholic priest scandal from back in the fucking 90s, but nobody was like, oh, what about what about the Catholic priests? Like, shut up. But
everybody cares about that.
They're completely okay with Loudoun County relocating this Troon kid who is a psychopath, enabled by his mother, by the way. I'm not going to give him the benefit of his pronouns, but the school board was moving him to different areas so that charges couldn't be pressed against him. Are you fucking kidding me? And now we have this. Tell me again what the Department of Education is.
But they were also kind of banking on plausible deniability. With the reason I say this is worse, you have the adults in charge are the ones committing the crimes here.
Absolutely.
And that, there's just ignoring a problem and trying to avoid it and even covering it up is very, very bad. They had blatant interaction and involvement in the said crimes, because there's plural. There's so many here.
Yeah,
I would love to. I need to make more lawyer friends and have somebody on here to dissect this. How many possible charges in a normal world could these three women be facing? And the school.
You have to remember something from that time, right?
Yeah, kidnapping is right, actually. And it's so much worse if you're kidnapping a minor. And I can't even explain. It's so much worse if you're kidnapping a bunch of minors all at the same time. And it's really bad if you're kidnapping a bunch of minors at the same time so you can make them do weird sex stuff. Those are actually traditionally frowned upon in America.
And we haven't even touched on the boy in the room.
This is true. Like
the boy in the room exposing his
I keep forgetting Theo here went to law school. It's the hair, man. I apologize.
I mean, at the very least, these people should never be allowed to work around children again, ever, for the rest of their life.
They should never be allowed to breathe the free air again.
That's what I'm saying.
Under the jail.
Yeah.
That's why I said at the very least, this is insane.
Well, they had a school board meeting about it. I saw some clips from the school board meeting, and it's like there are a lot of people who are prepared to die on this hill.
They should.
In support of the school's decision, and to say, like, hey, we got to respect this person's pronouns, and respecting pronouns is the most important thing, and respecting gender is the most important thing. It's like, yeah, okay, respecting pronouns is like not more important than not enabling a sex pest. Like actually preventing sex crimes is more important than respecting pronouns. I think we agree on that, right? We used to, right?
Yeah. I'm definitely going to use your line. Do you ever get so woke you commit a sex crime?
That's great.
I'm using that
well, that's what Sisson did. That's the history of leftism in a nutshell.
To bring Sisson
so woke that they commit a sex crime. That's all they do. There's a reason they're woke. It's so they can get away with sex crimes.
Yeah.
And to bring Sesson back up, that made me think of something. There are kids that are dumb enough to be exchanging photos when they're underage. And there were a lot of stories going around there for a while of these kids. They're still minors themselves being put on the list for distributing CP.
Oh, dude.
I think that's just kids making really stupid mistakes, and they both need to get their asses kicked. But that's a bit extreme. I think that these three women should be on the list unconditionally.
100%.
Yeah, dude. My sister-in-law, when she was in high school, she was, getting nudes and stuff like that. And mom caught on, my mother-in-law, and then took it and went to the principal and everything like that. And then, of course, did an investigation. And there's like, dude, your daughter's sending nudes too. And then there's like, all of them potential like CP charges. It was like, whoa. Oh, man.
Yeah, and they just told a bunch of mandatory.
It's crazy.
That's why we need active parents again. People need to get involved.
Don't pass that up the chain of the HR department, because everybody who works at that school is a mandatory reporter for child abuse.
I had a similar situation at my high school that was going on. It was now this only involved boys. It was the lacrosse team. They wanted to haze one of the students by tying him up and fellatioing him. That was their idea of hazing him. They posted
what?
They posted it on Snapchat, the video of it, and it got around the entire school. And it took, I think it was 4 months for anything to actually done, because the school board suppressed it so much the cops didn't find out until months later.
Wow.
What the hell?
Why would you put
So
that
they did this
online?
to make the kid that they're tying to the tree feel gay. They just
I'm
pulled the cart. They just pulled the cartman when he with butter.
Guys, fathers are really important. Stay in your sons' lives.
Well, see, I
please.
knew most of these guys because they were my hockey team, and yeah, there wasn't a lot of fathers.
God damn, yeah.
You
fathers
would
are
be-
important.
You're gonna suck his dick, bro. That'll prove it to everyone that he's gay.
Absolutely surprised the amount of stuff people put online. I had a friend who worked NCIS, so a lot of things. He would, be like, hey, look what we're working on right now. A whole case of like 10 or so Marines in a fucking one wearing a conductor outfit with fucking whatever the date rape fucking drug was, and they're all like wooing. And yeah, it was a rape case.
Wow.
Yeah. No, but they posted that on Facebook that they were gonna evidence of the crime. It's insane.
That brings don't ask, don't tell to a whole nother friggin' level in the military.
Right. Don't tell. I literally can't. I don't remember a thing.
No, but here's the thing. What's crazy is the amount of stories we don't hear about. So, I mean, a lot of these Democrat places are filled to the brim with Discords. Discord is incredibly popular amongst Democrat spaces, and there is a fuckload of grooming going on. Somebody tried to groom me once on Discord. I'm not even making that up. And it was in a more leftist space that it happened.
Well, how do you think? How do you think Destiny did his shit? How do you think that the guy who met Mr. Beast's best friend was a groomer?
Chris
Like,
Tyson.
all happened on Discord.
I made him so mad on my other account that I kept calling him a dude, and it was Mother's Day, and he decided to post a picture with his child. I think he was like, his kid was playing baseball or something, so he was like in the baseball field, and he was carrying him, and he was like, "Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there," and everybody, all the people that are, of course, lefties were telling him Happy Mother's Day, and I write, "Oh, you're still a dude though." And then he decided to message me, DM me, telling me to go off myself.
Wow.
See, did you respond with the fact that you're 40% more likely to do it?
Beat me to it.
I was gonna say that,
that's a
but as
good
soon
one.
as I wanted to type back to him, like DM him back, he had blocked me.
Of course he did.
it's
Of course he
pussy
did.
move,
It's the bitch made leftist Parthian retreat. You
Hey,
fire,
W's.
you run.
Hey, guys, W's in the chat for Toasty's never-ending war on the Troons. W's in the chat.
Yeah,
everybody.
more.
I brought up the school board meeting with one of the parents of the girls that this happened to, and
Yeah,
again,
God
and
bless
it's
this lady.
it's funny how you see a well-dressed, attractive. It's like, oh, you know which side she's on.
Look at all the facts in the
Not
background.
wearing a mask, by the way.
Yeah.
Also, not wearing. It's God. This is from last week, guys. This isn't a few years ago, and they're still wearing these fucking masks.
Oh no, I still
Now-
walk past people downtown in Houston all the time. They're wearing fucking masks. It's like,
I would think I would see it here,
here.
but I don't, and I'm glad. Now everything she says is accurate, and it's outraging, and everything else. We all know we're going to agree with her. I don't want to listen to her talk. We're going to go right to the person that decides to talk immediately after.
Oh no, is that redhead bitch in the back?
Is it Pink Cat?
Here we go.
Oh no!
Hold on,
Here we
hold on,
go.
let's Pink Cat.
No.
Wait, did you see the way that Pink Cat was standing? His legs crossed so much.
Let me go back.
Cat?
No, it's
Pink
further
Cat,
forward.
Oh yeah.
It was right after the
All
screen
right.
changed. Where did she got
So
up there?
this is the real gem. Let's check out this.
I'm happy to go after that one.
I can smell
Thank you,
this.
school board. From what I've heard, y'all are following the law.
Women that take testosterone always have that sickly, wispy voice, by the way.
Yeah, look at Pink
It
Cat.
doesn't
right there.
sound
Look at
like a
him.
dude at all.
He
We
stands
can
like Harry
always
Sisson.
tell, by the way, trans women always look like men with long hair, without fucking exception. Stop trying to lie to yourself and the rest of humanity. God,
this
damn.
one's a male to
This week is
female.
over.
Or I mean, a
Also, you
female
guys-
to male.
I was
Do you
Female
guys
to
know
male.
why a lot of them wear masks? It's to make them look less of the it makes it hard to identify their gender because you can't see as much of their face.
No, we
No,
can still
dude,
hear their
and
voice.
I don't know.
It's
I don't know.
hilarious because
I don't know who-
just look how small she is.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, it's a woman abusing testosterone. It's going to lead to irreversible health problems. But I digress.
Well,
It
that's
gets
part of
them,
the gene
like a
pool.
high, basically, though.
Yeah.
Why they take it.
It fucks up brain chemistry. I mean, there's so many. They haven't done enough studies to know the long-term effects, but let's just start pumping it into people anyway.
Yeah,
whatever makes money.
It's like steroids for all the things. That's the reason why people are addicted to them.
It's not going to make you a.
And how unfair? Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I don't know who told these girls that like being like a decent looking girl was a worse life than being an ugly ass man. A lot of these women, they transition and they end up looking like George Costanza.
It's because they have such.
I love being a woman.
In the pool.
Yeah, dude,
they have such extreme cognitive dissonance. They don't really acknowledge the fact that they're ugly, and when they do feel ugly, they can never piece together the fact that they're ugly because they're a fucking mutant.
It's like, you were like a 6 as a woman, and now you're like a short, effeminate man with a smoker's cough, and you think your life is going to get better. Like, why would you?
You're
think
6
that,
foot,
dude?
below 5.
Oh, I do totally love being a woman.
Yes, I love it. But
W's
she
in the
kinda
chat
looks
for
like-
women, everybody.
Yeah.
We support
No,
women.
yeah. I love being a
W's
woman.
in the chat. She kind of looks like Airbag though.
Also, the worst part about
I was gonna
trans
say,
is they ruin
or Chris Kattan, or that current dude from SNL that's like bagging all the chicks, whatever his name is.
Oh, Pete Davidson. Yeah,
I've got a
he's
troon
got a little
in my.
Pete Davidson.
I've got a troon in one of my classes who keeps talking about masculinity, and it's taking everything in my body. I'm like, you don't fucking know what a man is. You don't know what masculinity is. But they are so.
Pete
obsessed.
Davidson's above 6 feet.
That explains everything. Fucking asshole.
I think
Video, guys.
Real quick, and the other thing that it's just an act. No, women can't be men. They can pretend to be. That's why they all emulate what they think a guy is, which for some reason always comes off as a like 14-year-old boy from the inner city.
Dude. They think guys are so much hornier than we are.
Right. And
oh, shut it, Theo.
And of course, the dudes just act like an exaggerated diva. They never act like actual women. It's a parody.
Yeah, it's women blackface, but that's the thing. Men put in so much more effort to look like women than women ever do to look like men. It's hilarious. Like this is so
because
low
men
effort.
naturally have more drive than go get them.
So crazy. Like Dylan Mulvaney. Like, yeah, it's female blackface, but at least the guy's trying. This bitch just put on a beanie and some kind of troon hoodie and
We're
thought that
missing
this
something
will
here.
work.
The reason why trans identified women put more effort in is because most of them are ATGs. They get off on dressing as feminine as possible, while still looking kind of manly because they want
autogynephilia is what he abbreviated.
Yeah.
All right, let's listen to this. This is great. You're going to notice the first red flag right from the start,
which is fantastic.
Not the law.
Little worm stash.
My name is Charlie Friedman. My pronouns are they, he. I'm a trans person. I am the parent of a trans middle schooler.
Oh, how surprising. Yeah, it's like owning a vegan cat. We know who's making the actual decision, you fucking freak.
Also, can you talk about how trans men always have the worst beards? Shave that. You want to be a man? Shave the 13-year-old stash.
That's not a beard. Those are pubes glued on. Let's be perfectly clear here.
So somehow this person who is trans just happened to have a trans kid. It's
This just proves our point that it's grooming. It's not naturally occurring at all. It's always grooming. Look in Hollywood, these actresses with like, oh, I have 3 trans kids by mistake.
Yep.
It's like, no, you didn't incentivize that at all whatsoever, did you?
No, they're all their kids are turning trans. Even if they adopt them or buy them from Africa, they're all turning trans. Talking about Charlize Theron there. I mean, you see that any joy in that poor boy's face. He just looks fucking miserable.
It's abuse.
It's 100% abuse, and I think there should be fucking consequences for the parents, for the doctors that are diagnosing these kids with this.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's going to be another Nuremberg over this at some point. I mean,
it's going to get bad
within
the next few years.
Because by the way, what they're doing is a literal human rights violation. Involuntary castration. That is a literal human rights violation, and these people get away. And these people get away with it because the culture decides that no, it's actually just fine. Even fucking Great Britain, who are the epicenter of Eurotrash leftist nonsense, is like, no, we're not putting up with this shit. How the hell have we not followed suit? We want to follow suit for Europe for everything else when it comes to socialism, healthcare, whatever, globalism, whatever the hell. But no, even they're smart enough to draw the line at this nonsense.
I don't think they are, Strider. I think that what happened was they've imported a different culture that doesn't agree with that, and they have more power now than they do. So now they have to tone it back because they have to appease, the new boss.
I didn't think about that. Shit.
They're not smart enough to tone it back. They didn't have a fucking choice.
Remember, these people will never get charged because they get so much money from these trans programs, the selling the hormones and the constant therapy. What you're doing is you've made a cash cow that insurance pays for the rest of these people's lives. And when you have all the 100%. Money, a little bit of it can go into lobbying to make sure that nobody gets in power that can ever come after you.
Yep.
And my premiums go up. I don't go to the doctor. I don't need to. I'm pretty healthy. I take care of myself. But yeah, my premiums go up though to pay for this shit. That's how insurance
works. Battsauce.
What? Oh,
were you going to say something?
Well, I was going to say with the whole doctor thing, it's like she probably had surgery on her jaw to make it come out a little bit, right? And if that is the case, it's like, how the hell can a doctor do that? To like, what in what sense is that going to make them medically better? So it's just like
they justify it with the whole preventing them from deleting themselves.
Well, there's a whole plastic surgery issue that goes along with all this trans stuff.
Oh yeah,
they all have a plastic surgery addiction.
So the old saying of a cured patient is a lost customer, and not to mention this is a total violation of the Hippocratic Oath, do no harm. So if they don't lose their licenses over this, it's just an absolute clown show, which we know it is already, but there needs to be accountability. Retroactively too, go back in time and charge people with the abuse that they inflicted upon minors.
Yep, 100%. Oh, Toasty?
Oh, so I was looking through like surgery clinics around me just because I'm not gonna lie, I want my titties to be perky again. So I was just looking through, and then I looked. There was a clinic that does gender affirming surgeries, and there you see little pictures of women with like scars, with the breast scars and everything. And I made a review. I was like, "Ooh, this is gross. You're disgusting." 1 star.
Yeah, well, it's like a lot of people get plastic surgery. It's fine. It's just there's very obviously people that are like, yeah, you went way too far like 6 surgeries ago.
Yeah, they abuse it. It becomes an addiction, and they need mental health instead. And the doctors shouldn't be allowed to go that far. I mean, Michael Jackson is a cautionary tale right there. Just the shit he did to his face.
I don't know. He got white privilege at the end.
Did he?
Hey, he had that illness where he was spotty. So
yeah, but I never seen spot on him. It just seems like he just became whiter and whiter over time. But I never seen spots. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, there's a reason for that. He was incredibly self-conscious. So when he had vitiligo, and it spreads. So
yeah,
over time he got lots of plastic surgery, lots of skin bleach. The dimple in his chin. You could drive a truck through that by the end of his life. Like his hair was stapled in. Like he had bits tattooed in him, so it looked fuller. I mean, the man was. But I mean, granted, he had suffered horrific burns because of a Pepsi ad he did in the 80s. So I mean, I don't blame him, but he was also incredibly insecure, incredibly self-conscious. Like and I feel bad for him. So of course he's going to undergo that. Like he is a perpetual.
He was an easy target.
My younger son has vitiligo. It started in his butt when he was a baby. I said, "Wait, is that a little white spot?" And it just kept spreading. And I call him my little panda butt.
Well, we know if he ever becomes YouTube famous like you know what his nickname will be for sure.
Panda butt sauce.
Hey. Got a rating coming.
All right. So, hey, that's awesome. From Till Death Podcast. Thanks, man.
Oh.
All right, we'll get back to this.
I'm also the director of operations for Trans Up Front. It's a nonprofit organization fighting for trans rights.
Who do you think pays for that?
Our fucking tax dollars.
You know, there's always talk about trans rights, but they never actually bother to say what those are.
No. Kind of funny how that works.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the rights that they want seem to be just rights to impede bullshit on everybody else.
Yeah, no, when they say trans rights, what they want is they want their actions to be decoupled from consequences and to get good things all the time, always. That's what they mean. Like they don't have a
Family Guy joke.
Yeah.
It is an open invitation to do whatever they want, because if you violate anything, you are violating their rights.
100%.
I mean, but look at the rise of trans violence, and especially against schools. There's a reason, like all of this, because what they suffer from self-imposed endocrine disorders, which means you are physically incapable of controlling your own emotions and regulating your own mental state. So there's nothing inside of you, and even in your endocrine system, telling you that, hey, shooting up kids is not a good idea. And also, you've been fed this lie for maybe nigh on a damn decade that nothing that you do is ever your fault. So therefore, consequences go out the window, responsibility goes out the window, accountability goes out the window. It's the worst of womanhood, but without any of the strength. It's the worst of both. The unaccountability of women and the uncontrolled violent nature of men, all rolled into one nasty time bomb. And there's the reason that we're seeing dozens of shootings occur by these types of people. I don't think that's a coincidence. And we're going to see more.
The mental effects of taking those hormones hasn't been studied. We've all heard of roid rage. That's an accepted thing now. But now this chick can get all the tests she wants, but fucking knucklehead from the gym can't get his stack. What the hell?
Excuse me, ma'am. No porn at the bar.
Oh, it's okay. I'm transgender.
Oh, I had no idea. Do whatever you want all the time.
I love that, because if you lost Seth MacFarlane, you've lost everything.
But here's the thing, we do know the effects these have on people, because we've been using them to castrate and destroy people for a very long time. We're just hiding the evidence. We're changing the words so it looks like we don't. And when a study comes out that proves what we know, what they do is they refuse to publish it. There was that study that came out last November, I think it was, that showed that, shocker, hormone blockers cause extreme problems. It causes permanent shrinkage, atrophy, calcification, where basically your parts turn to stone, basically, and become unoperable. And we know this is what happens when you castrate people with hormones. And they're hiding it. They refuse to publish it because they know if they get published, it will damage the cause. And they admitted that straight out with that study. They refused to publish it because they were afraid of what it would do to trans people.
Yep. So withhold valuable life-saving medical information because it might hurt somebody's fucking feelings.
So over 30 major organizations, including the ACLU, Lambda Legal, HRC, etc. We have a protest coming up for trans rights on March 30th, 1 p.m. Federal Plaza. We have and I would like to take a moment to talk about Illinois. We're all very lucky to live in a state that protects everyone here. Specific to today,
but who's protecting those 3 girls that were forced to stay in a locker room and forced to change in front of someone they didn't want to?
This bitch.
Again, this is what they're protesting for. They're not protesting for, being able to just get a driver's license or anything like that. This is, or even some of the more like low-key stuff, being able to put, your changed name or something, which I don't even agree with that, because if they identify somebody in an accident, they need to know what the fuck they're working with.
Mm-hmm.
Executive Order 2019-11, which my kid was standing next to Pritzker when he signed. Yes, an executive order from the
my little purse puppy.
I'm sure your kid, the trans middle schooler, had a lot of choices in what to do in that situation.
Yep. But notice she was bragging about this. The kid is her purse puppy.
Hate is not on the menu.
To affirming
Shade everything else on the menu.
Which protects trans, non-binary, and gender non-conforming students from the type of bullying.
She means children, by the way. There's no such thing as any of those children.
The type of bullying that this parent represents. She's representing her kid that, again, did not want to change in front of a boy in the girls' locker room. That is apparently, if you won't get naked in front of a dude, you're bullying him.
I mean, that man should be.
I agree 100%.
Man, between this and Harry Session, you guys are figuring out all the best pickup lines.
Also,
Oh, look at
under
the
the
gas
Illinois
clap.
Human Rights Act,
Fucking losers.
Section 3B-1, the use of restrooms, locker rooms, and changing rooms may not be restricted based on a student's physical anatomy or chromosomal sex. A student must be permitted to access restrooms or bathrooms, locker rooms, and changing rooms that align with their gender-related identity and without.
But why though? I mean,
No, no,
there
no,
for a
no,
while,
this
just
is-
setting up a separate bathroom just for them seemed to be working just fine.
The thing is, this is irrelevant because it pertains to the dude. It doesn't pertain to the girls in the room being held at not literally gunpoint, but like held at disciplinary gunpoint.
Forced.
You can't leave.
Well, that's how they
They
get you.
can't
Lucy.
leave.
They
The
know that
the laws have nothing to do with them.
they want you to feel sympathetic for somebody, and instead they are directing your sympathy. They're telling you, don't worry about them. Think about this poor little boy who doesn't feel comfortable with his body. He's being abused by all these girls because they refuse to accept him. They're changing who the victim seems to be to garner sympathy, because that's all that the trans woman has is sympathy. Without sympathy, they lose everything. And so they are forcing the narrative to focus sympathy on a specific person to completely remove any sympathy for the actual victims.
Somebody's typing loud.
This is just kind of like stereotypical narcissistic tendencies of these people. Like,
Right, that's actually classic abuse
They want to
tactic, yeah.
impose their delusion upon you, and then they attack you when you don't do it, and they say that you're attacking them by not reinforcing their delusion. It makes they're just psychopaths. These people are mentally ill.
100%. And this goes just the simple thing of if you don't use my pronouns, you're assaulting me.
Exactly.
By
Words of violence, apparently.
That rhetoric, though, is so unreasonably dangerous because it now gives them the belief gives them the conviction to believe they're allowed to assault you back, and that are allowed to use any kind of assault, including physical assault.
Okay, now this part is important. So she says that anybody that says they're anything can go into any bathroom, and that is exactly what she said. You can
That's so
I just
dangerous.
paraphrased. Bathrooms, locker rooms, and changing rooms that align with
their gender-related identity and without having to provide documentation or other proof of gender.
You know what the
Very
anger is?
dangerous.
Your fucking
So-
phenotype.
So a grown man, let's say a grown man who identifies as a woman who's like 30, could go inside a restroom filled with little girls.
100%.
And
without question.
that's okay with these. That's very dangerous.
Thing is,
That's dangerous.
You don't even need. That's not even a
Yes.
hypothetical. That happened at Planet fucking Fitness, all over the place. A grown ass man in his 50s, an ugly looking Jason Sudeikis type motherfucker. He was changing in front of children, waving his dick around in front of women and girls, and Planet Fitness was like, "Oh, we're completely fine with it. We're inclusive." Like, fuck.
Or remember we saw a few years ago?
Yeah,
that dude was getting downtown in the jacuzzi with women with their daughters around.
It is so stupid.
They
because
decided to leave
incrementalism-
that important aspect of the story out. I don't think it got revealed for a while.
Indeed.
Oh, did we lose Battsauce?
No.
Oh, how long we going? Yeah, I think Battsauce had to go take care of the kid, but go buy his book. Anyway, back to the story.
Under this act, and it is stated, the discomfort or privacy concerns of other students, teachers, or parents are not valid reasons to.
So everyone else's discomfort is completely invalid except for theirs. Their comfort is the only valid point to this whole thing. Hey, he's back. Still go buy his book anyway.
God, I didn't know that was written into the law.
This is a law in Illinois. So I thank this woman or this guy, whatever, for bringing this up because this is insanity. So under this act, it's stated that the
Privacy concerns of
discomfort,
other students, teachers,
privacy concerns, discomfort,
or parents are not valid reasons to deny or limit the full and equal use of those facilities based on a student's gender-related identity. Instead, any student, teacher, or other individual seeking more privacy should be accommodated by providing that individual with a more private option upon their request.
Only
So,
that
kick
individual.
ya-
Only
yeah.
the trans individual can request privacy, nobody else. How fucking
Wait, no,
insane.
that's not what this said. That's not what this said. No.
That's exactly what it said.
No, what it said was
No.
that the people who are uncomfortable may request a different changing room to make them feel more comfortable,
Yeah.
despite the fact that this person, there's only one person makes 20 people uncomfortable, the 20 people have
Right.
to request a private place to change.
Oh, okay.
And do you
Wait,
think
so,
they're going to
yeah, that means-
accommodate 20 people? No.
Well, that's the point. They have to make it so uncomfortable and such a hassle and such an annoyance that I was like, well, because you think about it, how is this going to be enforced? Any teacher, any superintendent, any vice principal can be like, well, I don't know. God, I mean, I don't know.
They have no intention
but even
of
to this-
enforcing it.
Well,
Or
even
it
to
gives
this
them an easy
own
out
the-
because it says,
the law.
sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say, even to the law that she's stating right here, it sounds like they were still broke that law because they felt uncomfortable, and then they should have been provided private changing rooms, but then were forced to be in that room with them. So even in her own words, they are still right in this situation, not the
right.
fucking-
But the thing is,
It
again, with
proves,
the
and
full
this is
backing
the
of the
point
law-
I was going to make real quick. They have no intention of providing for anyone that complains. We'll just give you a private area. Maybe they'll do that once or twice and then make a show of it and to humiliate the one person. But what they really intend to do is exactly what they did. It's the humiliation rituals and a struggle session for these girls and anyone else that complains.
Police your teachers. That should be the primary lesson we learn here. Do not trust teachers.
This is really unsettling.
Your kids are statistically more likely to be sexually abused by a teacher than they ever were by a priest, because your teacher spends an inordinate amount of time around your child, more than you do on a daily basis. And your kids have phones, your teachers have phones, and your teachers are also treated like gods in this fucking twisted society because they are never held to accountable. They're never held to account.
Only
It takes
the
shit like
teachers
this.
that go along with this.
Yeah. Well, no, even then, like police the teachers that you trust, because you don't know these people. They are hired from God knows where, or they're imported from God knows where else. And you see the corruption endemic in teachers unions in the entire Department of Education. They hide their predators, and they try to, and they do it really, really well. I'm not saying like go out and look for reasons to like hate teachers, but goddamn, keep an eye on them, because shit like this happens every single week in the news.
This is why the whole thing needs to be, they need a complete do-over, and they need to hire, actual teachers and not activists. Blue-Eyed Scorpius had another scary layers. If a father catches a weirdo doing weird shit, I know what he means. And he catches a weirdo doing something with their kids, like these teachers forcing them to stay in a locker room against their will. And if it gets a little, rightfully so, irate, they're going to be charged with a hate crime, especially on the 90% chance that the person that did this is part of a community that would constitute that crime.
Yep.
Sounds like that would be a great option in this case.
Yeah. See what she did? She just she's turning to the mother of one of the girls that was forced to stay in the locker room and trying to humiliate her right here by saying, wouldn't that be a good option? Just have your girl go get a private restroom if they don't want to change in front of this person.
I would have clocked that bitch right there and then.
I know that should have started a fight. Look how, and then she's rustling her papers and just running out.
This one's all smug as hell.
Excuse me. It's his time to talk.
Oh, she
slipped up.
Oh,
said her. That's
Reality sets in every now and then.
I would have been like, excuse me, that's just a very unattractive woman. That is not a guy. That's a creature. That's an ugly thing.
The thing is, all that woman had to do in the audience is just stand up, like set her purse down, and walk with her arms squared against this troon and watch him
So
and watch her run the fuck
needed,
away.
we'd be happy to dig in, to contact our coalition, to make sure that the board is supported in doing the right thing for the right reasons and following Illinois state law. If you need my assistance, please do reach out. It's transupfrontil.com. Thank you.
Yuck.
Yeah.
Can you dig your own grave and sleep in it permanently, please? Fuck these people and the entire movement that's around them. I'm so glad I'm not on Twitter right now.
YouTube. This is why you don't have a Twitter account right now. Watch yourself.
I'm just saying, sleep in it. I mean, they get sleep in it forever, and then it's great down there. You got light, you got air, you got food, water, and it's great. It's a closet.
And Minecraft.
And Minecraft, of course. Yeah. I mean, we got 41% of them are gonna go that way anyway. So.
Oh my God.
Not...
Well,
kids,
final thoughts on this topic.
That shit ticked me off as
It's
a
crazy.
parent.
It's crazy how confident she is.
Yeah,
that she could just go in there and tell the school board, "Do what I want or else," and she's confident that that's going to work. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
this is like the ultimate argument for homeschooling I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
These people, they have to be confident, because if they aren't confident, it means they're wrong, and every single thing they've done to their bodies, their kids' bodies, and to their social standing is objectively evil. And while it is objectively evil, if they accept that, they would have to do what Strider recommended, because it's so unbearably dangerous to get out of this ideology. And I didn't even think about this, but a lot of the things that these people are talking about are a lot of the problems that are plaguing a lot of the LGBT spaces. And the truth of the matter is, when these people, they're constantly afraid they're going to come for gay marriage. And when they come for gay marriage, it's going to be because you force their daughters to watch a boy change.
Yep. And that's kind of a growing sentiment amongst a lot of people like myself that used to, I had no problem, like gay marriage. Fine. I don't care about that. Why not? You know, I may surprise a lot of, I was never, and I still don't consider myself a conservative. I'm 100% on what I don't even think it's really conservatives anymore. This new Trump era, you know, because they're not really Republicans either. It's like this new thing that seems to work for me. And that's what I'm going for. But I never had a problem supporting, you know, everybody doing their thing. Didn't bother me. Now I will not vote for a single fucking gay. I will actively vote against it, even if it really like it's just some arbitrary, let's say, to let gays buy donuts at 7 a.m. Nope. Let the straights get them first. Fuck off. I will not vote for a single cause because you guys have let your side go fucking insane. You've lost me.
Yeah.
Until they get their house in order, I'm not voting for anything.
And you know,
there are a lot of people that think that way.
Yeah. I used to be incredibly pro trans and whatnot when I was younger, and then you know what? I met a few of them, and I realized I was wrong, and that is why I'm such a heavy advocate for the LGBT without the T.
Mm-hmm. Because you can't have an LGBT with the T involved, because the T stands on this idea that male and female are interchangeable, and so which means that there's no definition. So if there's no definitions, why should the the G, the P, they'll be even matter? Because clearly you can just move between the two because you feel like it. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
that's
like
why I'm glad
gay.
there are groups like. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was about to say, being gay is not enough. You need to be trans, like especially if you know you did something wrong and you don't want people to like to call you out for it. You disguise yourself as a trans person. It's like a shield for them, right? Like no one could say anything to me because I'm a trans person. Therefore, I'm a victim. So,
yep.
These people give off vibes like they didn't have enough attention and validation as a child, so now they need
didn't.
to be the center of attention. Now.
I knew a lot of these people growing up. They simply did not, and they get so much attention from identifying this way. And let me just say, these conservative spaces are so much better than any of these liberal spaces. They don't compare.
Let's
So
think about
I've
that.
always,
Think about that.
Oh,
Go
sorry.
ahead. No, go ahead.
Oh, I
Sam.
was just gonna say, I always thought that a lot of these, you know, alphabet named whatever sexualities or identities or whatever, they're just straight people who want attention.
Cosplaying.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
cosplay. Because I mean, in reality, I don't think they're really anything. They just want to be part of something. So that's my.
For the last 10 years, you've been telling kids you're not special if you're not part of the club. So what do they do with they? Well, I don't really want to suck a dick, but maybe if I identify as trans spirit or two spirit, pansexual, whatever, all of these straight with extra steps, then I get to be in the group, go to the parades, and be a little bit more special.
Yeah. And even from there, that's not enough sometimes. They have to add in like fake disabilities that they don't even have.
Especially mental ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Think
they say
about this.
I have PTSD because you misgendered me or something.
No, well, think
like that.
think about this for a second. Okay, so that woman there, she was a trans man, right? It looks like she was relatively committed to it, who had a trans child. Now, the statistical likelihood of that happening, if it was a randomly distributed genetic trait, is like basically zero. Like it almost couldn't happen. It's so unlikely, right?
Oh yeah.
But it does, and it's spreading exactly as if it were a social contagion or like a weird religion, right? It's spreading exactly like you'd expect it to if it was that. And I think so many of these people, it's like the mom has borderline personality disorder and she's a psycho, so she needs attention, so she transitions her kid. And if one's not enough, she's got to get both so she can attention max, right? Because being
It's
a
always the
victim,
moms too.
yeah, it's
Always.
dude. How many court battles have you heard about where mom's trying to trans the kids and dad's like, no, please stop, and they get divorced, and then the state enforces it. That's so crazy, right? And so this is clearly a brain worm that a bunch of people have gotten, and what it's done is it's enabled just the worst people to demand their share of attention and demand that society enforce it. They're kind of, because all of this relies on like appealing to the HR department, right? Appealing to like the nanny state to come in and force you. It's like, no, I'm a sex pest and a pervert. I want to be in the girls' locker room. And guess what? The government is going to come in and force you to let me change in front of me, like crazy. Like, it's just, and by the way, you're a fucking like evil, dirty misogynist if you say this, especially if you say it out loud, especially if you say it out loud in public. Because I did. I know what the consequences of this are, gang. I know intimately.
Yeah, how many clubs you get banned from for the
Currently, my count is 4, but that's not counting suspensions. Those are only the places I can't go back to,
man. But
Well,
I'm glad you brought that up because check this. This is a perfect example.
Remember this?
No, I think she's what I want to be, but go ahead, Lex.
No, Big Brother tried to shut Little Brother down right there because he knew, you're about to give away the plot.
Keep talking. My mom doesn't matter if I am gay or lesbian or any of that. She doesn't care. All she cares about is that I'm a part of it. And if I'm not a part of it, she'll try to convince me to join it. Because
What? Are you saying right now?
Facts.
That I would convince you to join.
Love it. You just went facts.
I think this is a live stream. Because this is, I guarantee you, if this wasn't a live stream, this would have been never posted, and that kid probably would have disappeared.
Oh yeah, she would just suddenly, he wouldn't be appearing on the streams anymore. But that last part is that join the what?
The LGBTQIA plus community.
Join the community.
Yeah.
That sounds like it's a satanic death cult, and they just like with anything else, they bring their family members, they draft everyone in, and if you resist, they get pretty pissed at you. To be honest,
they do.
So I have a younger son, and he has autism. So he's walking with his father. They're walking to school, right? And he is so based that there is a troon next to them waiting for the light to change, and he points at him and says, "Train." But he means tranny. He's like, train, and then his father's like, shh, be nice,
be cool, baby. Damn.
Yeah.
My son sees a truck and he says, "Big cock."
That's adorable. Awesome.
My nickname in college.
Dude, honestly, yes. Honestly, it is. I will say, as an adult with autism, it's really hard to not be like, "That's a man" every time I see one. Seriously, it's really
that's how my kid
that man's
is.
playing
Every
Galaga.
time he sees-
I wouldn't notice.
right, because things go in categories, and when something's not in the right category, it's very unsettling. It's like, no, that's not good. So I had to it's really hard. I do my best. I have the same thing. If people have a medical abnormality, I get really curious, but it's not nice to ask.
Maybe like pretend you have Tourette's, that way you can get away with it. But man,
It's like someone with a lazy eye, but it's the dude in a dress, pretty much.
I have literally done this to dudes in dresses and dudes with lazy eyes. It's really hard to
I can
sit
relate.
on it.
Yep.
I've seen a dude with lazy eye wearing a dress. So.
Oh my gosh.
It's kind of funny this thing that.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, that statement that the boy made about how his mom really cared. Because when I was growing up, my mom, she's of course a leftist, and she wants to be very accepting. One thing that I remember that made it very hard for me to come out as bisexual when I finally realized that I was, is my mom would just ask like every single week, "Are you gay? It's okay if you are. I'll accept you if you are." And I probably was asked that probably 100 times over the course of when I was 14. It was nonstop.
Oh my God.
To the point that she was asking me,
still asking him.
There's literally a point where she's asking, "Are you dating your best friend name?" I'm like, "No, I'm literally trying to date the other best friend who is a woman."
Fuck.
See, maybe you're not bi. Your mom just bullied you into it at such a, while you were 14, and you're like, "Fuck it, I like dudes a little bit. Will you lay off?"
No, I legitimately. So we
Not
moved,
a phase, Mom.
We moved. She asked me if I'm dating my friend, and I yelled at her in a restaurant to leave it alone because I am not. And then, well, of course, I had to be.
All right. Well, I guess we should have done the kind of depressing stuff first, involving kidnapped children by their school in a locker room and all that. But well, Harry Session, right? That was hilarious.
Got some good laughs.
Yeah. I like it when a guy makes me look straight. It makes me feel good.
But we are going to wrap it up here. We're already a little over on time. We're at the 2:05 mark. So we're going to start going around the horn, and we'll start at the bottom with Battsauce. What you got going on, man?
Hey, I got some things coming. I'm going to start uploading to my channel again because I kind of ignored that for a while. But besides that, I got a book, and I got another project with that book coming out soon. So look forward to that. Follow me and get the book. Better Your Life Now. And be careful, guys, because I'll fucking hypnotize you, make you forget you're gay. So
please do that to me, please, please.
Sorry.
No, don't do ours, so we lose our DEI points that way. Leave ours alone. He's important. But you're more than welcome to do this on Theo. What you got going on, Theo?
Hey, I'm happy to be here. I tell you what, man, I'm going to be, I'm the host of the Touch Grass podcast over with Theo Snodgrass. That's over on my YouTube channel, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on Saturdays. I'm on a lot of different shows. I'm on the Weekly Rogues Gallery. I'm on the Weekend Rogues Gallery. I'm on Insert Title Here. Those are both on Friday. Isn't that great? I'm on, I'm on Nate's D&D stream sometimes. I'm all over the place, man. So if you really want to
keep in your closet, he's in the walls.
He is sexy Jesus after all. He has to be everywhere.
Right. And you know what? And I'm going to be traveling and doing some comedy here a little bit in the not too distant future. And I know what you're thinking. You're like, Theo, that's so many things to keep track of. How can I know everything that you're doing all the time? Well, you got to follow me. You got to follow me on Instagram. You got to follow me on Twitter. You got to follow me on YouTube. You got to watch my show. You got to see what I'm doing. I invite you. Come on over. I'm also single, by the way.
Noted.
Stealing my shtick.
Cool. And our producer, Arza, who finally gets to join the show since we have a weekday show that aligns with his schedule. What you got going on, man?
Every day, just putting out more videos, doing once a day, covering whatever news article seems interesting, and then giving my little spin on it. So if you like some inane, I won't say the word because we're on someone else's channel, but the Melanie Mac word. Go ahead and check out those videos. It's very. I'm sometimes eloquent. Some people like my videos. I don't know why, but I've been stuck at 237 subs for like a week, and I would love to get that number up to 238. And I will not be on Touch Grass Saturday, but I usually am.
All right, dude. Strider, what you got going on, man?
Yeah, find me, of course, in 2 days.
Your Twitter.
Seriously, if y'all would like to please kindly tag Elon with this little tag here and help him give my account back. I have violated no terms of service despite my my outburst on here. I play it very safe on Twitter because I'm not making that mistake a third time. But you can find me. Well, once I get my account back, I am going to actually do. I've been trying to do a live stream this week, but that's not going to happen. But I will try next week and see if my account is back then, and then kind of all for this week. So we'll see.
Awesome, man. I'm looking forward to you some live streams. That's going to be cool.
Yeah.
And Selena.
Oh, hi. Sorry. I was trying to get all the links together. You can just find me here on the Weekly Rogues Gallery. I am producing. I also book for the Weekly Rogues Gallery and the Weekend Rogues Gallery. So if you guys want to join the show, hit me up. I will put you on the calendar. What else? Oh, yes, definitely. I'm on Touch Grass with Theo Snodgrass on Saturday mornings. After that, not much after that. Just find me here on X. Yeah.
All right. Awesome. Now we'll go to our special guests of this evening. And you guys have both been awesome. I know the show's a little chaotic, but thanks for toughing it out all the way to the end. We'll start with Isaac556x45. I think I said that right. It's a gun reference.
556x45. Yeah.
556x45. Gotcha. That's cool as hell.
Yeah, I had a blast. Thank you for having me on. This was a really fun time. I'm working on YouTube myself. I have a new live stream every Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, the Golden Age podcast, just talking about relevant political and news articles from the week. And I'm over on Nerd Wars channel pretty often, Tuesday nights, talking politics, hang out around the GCA guys, a lot of political stuff on X. Check me out on X. I'm posting there pretty chronically online pretty often, to be honest, and make some memes, make some stuff that kind of goes viral occasionally, but just overall enjoy hanging out in the political and nerd world, talking about some pretty cool stuff with you good people. So had a great time. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome back anytime, man.
I appreciate that.
I'll hit you up if we have an opening, and if you want to pop in. And the same goes to our other surprise guest tonight, Toasty, making her second appearance. Where can everybody find you and what you got going on?
Hey, I'm Toasty with the Mosty69 on YouTube and Rumble. And I do some Goonie streams. So no ugly women there, all beautiful women, sexy women all the time. And I cosplay on Sundays, but you can find me tomorrow. I'll be live at 6 p.m. Eastern. And follow me on X as well at Toasty with the Mosty6969.
Awesome. Well, we are going to wrap it up here. And you guys follow me over on X for announcements, updates to the channel. I should have even more coming soon. We'll be back again Friday at 5:35 p.m. PST for the Weekend Rogues Gallery. So come check us out there. And if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Thanks, everybody, so much. This channel has actually grown pretty good considering what little we do. Now we're doing two a week, so that's the most I've done with this thing. But I'm grateful to everyone, and especially grateful to my panel. I couldn't do it without every single one of you guys here. So thank you all so much for hanging out. And you damn right, Bat. So no, you definitely should take credit for it, all of you. All right.
Yeah.
And Arza made our Discord. Go join that, because everybody in the group has their own private Discord thing. So if you don't want to make your own Discord, but you've got a channel and something to promote, and you vibe with us, and we'll set you up with a subcategory and go from there. Just hit up Arza. And I know you're already helping out a few other people with that. So that's going to be really fun to see as it develops. But other than that, we're going to go ahead and get an outro going. It's the old outro, but I haven't had time to make a new one. So there it is. But thanks, everybody. See you all on Friday. Bye.
Bye.
Follow that Strider link. It's the old one. He doesn't have it anymore.